Yes, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Morovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon. To spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat Cape gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. To spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah. Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? This one you batileo.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
This one you batileo.
Spoon.
Beseku.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Ba.
Spoon.
Skidibidi dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon entertainment. On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon radio station. Spoon television.
Yes, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Morovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. To Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you bati leo. Yes, what you bati leo. Besetu. Baraba deba. Skibidi dabado.
Okay, folks, let me say good evening again and welcome to your favorite program, Spoon Talk. We're here live on this platform. We're streaming live on Spoon TV. We're live on Super TV. We're live on Fabric TV as well. Today is the 17th day of August here in Liberia, and the time is just 7 minutes past 8, that's 8 p.m. Let me make it that way, 8 p.m. So I'd like to say welcome to the program. This is where you get authentic information about Liberia. This is Liberia's most followed talk show on radio and online. This is where Liberians from across the world gathered to talk about the issues that matters a whole lot to the well-being of our country. I'd like to say welcome to the program tonight. My name is Nelson Colette, and I like to say, as you join us, kindly share the show in your different chat rooms, in the groups, so that we can have more people joining this fascinating discussion tonight. Let me go across now to welcome Dr. Richardson. Let me bring in Dr. Richardson. Good evening, Dr. Richardson. Should I say good afternoon to you, since it's afternoon to where you are?
Definitely. How are you doing, Nelson?
I'm doing well, Dr. Richardson. I want to say thanks a lot, and yeah, and I'm glad to be here, and it's good to see you again.
That's good. Well, we gotta give kudos to you, Nelson. Man, last night you were on. I don't know. I left you guys there. I was following, and you guys. Yes, I want to also give a shout out to all the guys who come to Nelson uh, late night politics. They really get into it, and they really have Liberia on it on their heart. So they really have a. And Nelson, you do a great job,
Yeah.
moderating the discussion. I don't know how you get them to start talking, and it's interesting, really, really interesting. And when did you find time to sleep today?
Okay, so we got through. It was five, somewhere around 5:45 a.m. here. So I took up time right about 6:45 or 7 a.m.
Mhm.
I took up time to sleep a little, and then I was up by 11. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So basically about 3 hours or so. Yes, I slept
Right.
for about 3 hours.
Very tiring, but so let's just give Nelson kudos, just tell him thank you. We appreciate you because, yeah, for the sake of Liberia, he's up, having a dialogue with people about the issues in our country. That's impressive. I want to just join Nelson and tell you to please share the show. You can share it on your page, or like he said, go into your chat rooms and just share the show. Call someone to join you to watch the show because we're going to have an interactive conversation here today. When the panelists get here, we usually, just talk about the issues of the day, trending issues. So be a part of it. There's the whole comment section that viewers can just go ahead and tell us what they are thinking. Um, So we're gonna go into the trending news. Nelson's gonna update us and tell us what's going on in Liberia. Nelson.
Oh yes. Thank you again, Dr. Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Lots of happiness in the country. So as I've always said, since the start of the campaign activities, campaign is at the top of the happenings. Campaign is part of almost everything. Campaign eats up if not 18 out of the 24 hours of the days of the day we have. Campaign would eat up to maybe 15 hours of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So political parties are campaigning, silent voters are campaigning, and that's just what it is. But just to kickstart with the training issues, I just want to. There is this place in Monrovia that most people that is known. Most times we call it the Somalia Drive. We've been calling it the Somalia Drive for a very long time. But since the construction was done, since the road was constructed by the Japanese, so
Mm-hmm.
it's now called the Japan Freeway.
Oh,
So
okay.
the yeah, so the Japan Freeway starts from where you have the free port of Monrovia,
Yes.
going down to 72nd Junction and all the way somewhere close to Red Light.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's one of the best roads we have in the country so far. Just before I move on, Dr. Regina, it's one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
So residents along that corridor today spoke with the local media,
Mm-hmm.
and they've they've alarmed, they've expressed some serious concerns about security issues in the country, especially for them who live on that side, who live in that part of Montserrat County,
Mm-hmm.
and they were specific, naming areas like the New Georgia Junction, the Bartonsville Junction, and also the Chocolate City. And according to them, these are areas, those who live along the Somalia Drive or the Japan Freeway, as we now call it, they
Mm-hmm.
have some serious security issues. They find it difficult to even walk the streets when it's past 9 p.m.
Wow.
Sometimes 8 p.m.
Wow.
Um, they will get harassed by some individuals, they've been speaking with the local media. They've expressed some serious alarm on security issues in that part of Monrovia, and so they're calling on the national government to see how best they can beef up the presence of security, especially in those areas like the New Georgia Junction, Bartons, the Bartonsville, and also the Chocolate City area. Um, they said there's a serious security situation
Mm-hmm.
within that corridor,
Wow.
and so, yeah, so they've been calling on the police and state security
I hope
to
somebody. I hope they listen to them because I can't imagine feeling vulnerable. In those areas. So I guess people being checking pocketbooks, trying to kill people, and all of that stuff in those areas. That's
yeah,
why. That's why. Can
yeah,
you go?
Dr. Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you okay. So interestingly, they are the ones speaking now. They are just the ones that are speaking now. But there are so many areas where we have similar situation. Um, in my presence, right on the Tottenham Boulevard, somewhere around the Catholic Junction, there was a situation around about 10 p.m. when at the time I was on my way from work, and then driving, I saw some group standing, and then went back to inquire what was going on, just to realize that it was just around 8 p.m. when
Mm-hmm.
someone was driving, and three individuals on a motorcycle, on a motorbike, drove after that lady in the car.
Oh my
Uh,
lord.
they snatched the lady's phone, and they got on the back. They were going, and because this lady was in a car, she then ran after them. Someone who saw or witnessed the situation ran after those individuals, and because they were on a motorbike and the victims were in a car, they then jammed them on the other side of the road, and those guys, they bumped into the light pole. Um, two persons died instantly in that situation. But the interesting thing is that Dr. Richardson, when
Mhm.
the police got on the scene, tried to search those individuals, they found a single barrel pistol with one of the guys who
Oh my
was on the motorbike, one of the criminals.
God.
He was caught with a single barrel pistol, and they had knife, and other different weapons on them. So I
But
mean,
it's premeditated. They plan on, going out there with guns, knife to hurt somebody.
yeah, and that's something that's, should I say, normal, but it happens here frequently. Yeah, it happens here frequently. That's something that's always happening. And that it was part of the reason why at some point the Liberia National Police brought a restriction for on motorcyclists when to plow the streets. At some point it was 9 p.m. So once it's 9 p.m., um, no motorcycle or unauthorized motorcycle was to be out there. At some point, it went to 10 p.m. But now, even up to 12 a.m., 1 a.m., I mean, it's like the restriction is no longer holding. So up to 12, 1 a.m., you still see motorcycles all in the streets, and most of the guys who carry on those criminal activities, they use the motorbike because with that it's easy. There's no
Yes.
traffic.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Easy
so
to
yeah,
get away.
yeah,
Wow. Oh my God. Our Liberia.
definitely. So
Mm.
that's something that the residents in that area have been complaining about, and they're calling on the state security, the government of Liberia, to give some attention, at least beef up the presence of security along the Japan freeway. And that particular area, Dr. Richardson, is one place where you have so many entertainment centers, and so because of that, people will stay up late. um you go there maybe 1 a.m., 2 a.m. People are most times at those entertainment centers and having a good time, and that's the time when those guys will just take advantage and, yeah, carry on their different operations.
Now the entertainment centers, that's another thing. It just seemed like they came from everywhere. They're all over. But
Oh yeah.
like, one we had a politician here that said reminded me that that's part of the business. That's the development in Liberia. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, almost every community will have not less than 2 3 entertainment centers. If you drove along the road, even those community roads, you will see entertainment centers just everywhere. Once you have a little shop, there's a push there where you can put few chairs. That's an entertainment center. Put your
Yeah, the
music on.
roasted meat and roasted
Okay.
fish.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
roasted meat and fish. Yeah, as an entertainment center. Or even in the case where you don't have that shop or stuff, there is this new thing here now where people are constructing this something like a container all by themselves, right?
Oh, okay.
Yes. So they buy these thick zinc, and
Okay.
they carry it to the wedding shop. They, based on the kind of measurement you want, they measure it, and they do the wedding. They put it together like, a mini boot,
Wow.
so you can just take it and carry anywhere, maybe along the road, in the
Hmm.
community, just wherever. So once you
Hmm.
put your container down,
Hmm.
and then you have maybe two umbrellas somewhere, you put one chair, two umbrellas, you put the music on. That's entertainment center.
That
So
business booming development. Oh
yeah.
God. Yeah.
So
When I was in Liberia, and I'll be quick so you can, go to the trending news.
mhm.
On Sundays, you couldn't hear no entertainment center. The only thing that was on the radio stations was gospel music and preaching. Sunday was the
Mhm.
quietest, and no, well, no marketing, nothing. So now it's not like that anymore.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's the richest thing. In fact, people people wait eagerly for weekends because that's when those entertainment centers get to be very, very packed, very jammed. So
Mm-hmm.
you see people go to church, for example, on a Sunday, and they want to hurry up, so that service can be the church service is over. So they go and just sit at those entertainment centers. The music is playing, and yeah, they're enjoying themselves.
It's too funny. Too funny. Yeah, Sunday was very quiet in Liberia. No, it just seemed like a maybe from a child's eyes, but it was very quiet. Like nothing, no music was playing in the streets, and the only thing, like I said, I remember just gospel. Mother Duke came on Sundays, and then there
Mhm.
was this guy who used to preach. I think they said he was an AGM pastor, but he always would be God, everything you I used to do that, so I don't even know how to do it. Like he had this ending to his words, like he was, I don't know,
Mhm, mhm.
he used to tease himself. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
that was. I
But
remember him.
interestingly, the places are not quiet. Liberia is not quiet anymore. Two things are causing serious noise, if I should say, in the different communities. Number one, you see those guys who carry the megaphones,
Oh yes,
non-stop
oh
meaning,
my
non-stop
God,
meaning, or
yes,
in the communities, and
yes,
they'll put it up very loud. Yeah,
yes,
they're
yes.
everywhere.
But they say a job creation. When I was complaining one day, somebody told me a job creation.
Now that job creation not easy. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah. And then the churches on Sundays,
yeah,
they put their
yeah.
speakers outside. I don't know why. I know one of my neighborhoods I was in,
Mhm.
they were putting that outside, and it would just disturb the whole neighborhood. The preaching, the singing, and we can
Yeah,
all hear it everywhere. So I guess it's spreading the word of God. So, and then of
yeah,
course on top of that, entertainment center. So we're competing. We got three things competing with each other.
yeah. The
Yeah. So
entertainment center.
yeah, somebody just told me at Bill Carson, that was him who church pastor. Yes, you got it. She was on the radio, Yeah, you guys remember him, right? It was he had an interest. I mean, he was a good preacher, but it's like he used to be singing when he was preaching. I don't even know. I'll be make a fool of myself if I imitate him. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but basically that's what it is. But there's entertainment center everywhere.
Mhm.
Even in the community where I live, right next door there's an entertainment center. But the only good thing for me is that the speaker is turned the other way,
Yes.
so the sound doesn't come that much in my direction. But yeah,
Thank
it's
goodness, because
just
you need all the sleep you can get. You pull in the midnight show, you need all the sleep you can get. Mhm.
definitely, definitely. Yeah, so that is that for the security situation and the concern being raised by residents of the JPN freeway. So on the flip side, Councillor Tiawon Gonglo, the
Mhm.
standard bearer of the Liberian People's Party,
Mhm.
um, has been cautioning Liberians. He was admired, and he was being praised by so many people in the country when he paid that visit at different political parties headquarters. And at some point he was saying he was chanting the munya munya and all of that. But following the violence situation, Dr. Richardson,
Mhm.
Tiawon Gonglo condemned the violence in the first place, but then he went on a bit to be specific when he mentioned uh, Mr. Muhammad Ali of the Unity Party.
Oh.
Uh, yes. So following the situation, following the violence, Muhammad Ali, um, in response to what happened, sent out a caveat, a very strong warning that um, any seditions who will be caught 10 meters away from the UP event, they will not they will not hold back. If you are a sedition and you are just within in 100 meters away from their unity party event, and if you want to cause any form of violence, they will get at you. They will respond fire for fire. So Councillor Tiawon Gonklo, he condemned that, and according to him, the statement from Muhammad Ali, being a stalwart of the unity party, is below the belt.
It's
So
provoking.
yeah, and he said that it goes contrary as well to the Farmington Declaration that all of them, the political parties that face their signatures to or committed themselves to. So Councillor Gonglo called on all Liberians. In conclusion, he called on all Liberians to reject any political party or all of those political parties who will be in the business of inciting violence or wanting to respond to violence with another violence all by itself. He called on Liberians to reject all of those politicians and political parties who are in the business of doing that. So now on the flip side, as I said, Richardson campaign is on. Liberians are campaigning heavily.
Yes.
And one person who hasn't taken a rest since the campaign started is the President George Weah. He's been saying, every day. I mean, just every day, there's one event to another political rally to another political event, and the president is saying at all those places. So he's been in rural Montserrat County, and it appears that the CDC has decided to start the campaign from in rural Montserrat. So in Todi, he was telling the first-time voters to vote President George Weah, based on his records, based on what he has done for especially the young people of the country. And he went on to mention the free tuition policy that was introduced by the CDC administration. And he said it is one of the reasons why the young people of the country should vote for him, especially the first-time voters, because with the free tuition policy, they can now go at the University of Liberia without being worried about paying tuition and all of that. So he said those people, especially first-time voters, should see that as one of the reasons why they should vote for him. Now, at that same event, the Montserrat County Senator, Sir Joseph, Senator Sir Ali Joseph, also, made a comment about the opposition community, and he said majority of those people who are wanting to unseat President George Weah, those people have benefited heavily from the CDC government. So there's no reason why Liberians should think of changing the government. We should move on, because those individuals who want to unseat the president, they themselves are enjoying from what the government has done. And so these are some of the training issues, and so there is this one where the U.S. government they appreciated the Liberians for maintaining 20 years of peace uninterrupted since 2003, when we saw our brothers and sisters being disarmed, laying down their guns. It's been 20 years, 2023, 2003, it's been 20 years. So yes, through the embassy, they were appreciating the Liberian people for maintaining the peace.
That's good.
So these are just a few of the many happenings. So there's a photo of the District 8 lawmaker. I don't know whether you've seen that photo.
Yes, I saw him walking in, and he walking. I want you got that photo to show us.
In the Sony, they call that place. The first time I heard that name, I laughed for some time, but they call it the Sony. Sony, that water that smells. Yeah, Sony Wen. Yeah.
But that's the when you're in that.
But that kind of water, that the Richard saying that.
But did you see that contrast with him? I saw one on Facebook. Did you see that one? Is that the one you're talking about? They show him when he has a home somewhere in Monrovia where he got a swimming pool. You're relaxed, and then they show the other one when he go to a district. You gotta put a boost on your car, your whole body.
Definitely.
And then you walk I know that the bags they had to put in the dirty water.
Yeah, so they do that because that is like more
Hmm?
like a bridge. Yeah,
Yeah,
that is more like a bridge.
yeah, path.
Since yeah, since people can just easily pass through that water, not everybody will have the rain boots to be able to make their way through.
Mhm.
So yeah, they just pull the rocks. Sometimes they pour sand in the bag and just
Yeah, yeah,
line it up. Yeah. So and
yeah.
interestingly, Dr. Richardson,
Mhm.
little children as young as 1 year old, 6 months old, they grow up in those areas. They grow up in those communities, you know. Yeah, and they play all in those places. I mean, for them, it's normal because yeah, that's the environment they have, and that's where life took them. So
Yeah, I mean, thank God there's a God. That's all. That's all I
yeah,
can say. He knows how to make our body immune from certain things. He protects
yeah,
us. So otherwise, like there's no way those kids. God knows how to, you know, make your body immune. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So but I had two questions for you. Based on some of the things you're saying. Yeah, so the free tuition policy that the
Mhm.
president was talking about. How does that work, Nelson? I mean, do you have friends at LU or you went to LU? Is it free?
That yeah. So the free tuition policy. I have so many friends at the University of Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
So how the free tuition policy works is that now prior to this policy,
Mm-hmm.
like so many private universities in the country, you will do your planning and you do your building first of all. You do your building. You do your planning first. After your planning, then you generate your bill and then you go and pay. So that money you're paying, there is tuition. The tuition is actually the money you're paying for the credit hours. So if you're carrying 18 credits, for example,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and it is and you're supposed to pay, let's assume, so at the University of Liberia, they at some point they were paying $1,000 or so. Yeah, I'm not ready there, but yeah. But let's assume for the private university, a lot of private university here is $17 or $15 per credit. So
Mm-hmm.
if you are carrying 20 credits, for example, that semester, you
Mm-hmm.
times the 20
Mm-hmm.
credits, and then whatever the amount comes out to, that's the tuition.
Okay.
Then the other fees you pay for registration, you have to pay for registration and other different fees, ID card, t-shirts, and all of those things is not tuition. That's for the other fees. So
Mm-hmm.
this free tuition policy,
Mm-hmm.
what I understand from especially some of the friends that I have at the University of Liberia is that money that for the university it was something around 4,000, 5,000 thereabout.
Mm-hmm.
That yeah. So the amount they should have paid, or they were supposed to be paying for tuition, that money is cancelled. So,
Okay.
but it doesn't mean that they're not paying money at all. They're still paying money. So they're
They're
paying
paying a
for
fee, they're paying a fee
registration,
for t-shirt
yeah,
and all of these things. Okay.
paying all of those different fees, ID cards and other things they're still paying. Though
Okay.
the university itself has some issues, they've raised issues about, how that has affected, their operations because
Mhm.
through that
Yeah.
tuition,
You're paying for
they generate something and be able to, take care of the place. But yeah, that's why it is.
that's good. Did Sir Joseph call names today who benefited from the government from CDC? I was just wondering.
Um, no, I didn't capture, I didn't capture any portion of such, but he said the opposition all
Yeah,
benefited
I
from.
thought you called name. I thought you named somebody. Okay, that's good. So the opposition, bad opposition, bad opposition. Uh, yeah, all right, Nelson. Thank you for the news. I'm gonna bring in Mr. Maxwell now, and hopefully, the rest of the team will roll in, and we'll have a good conversation today. Hi, Mr. Maxwell.
Hi, Madam Dr. Richardson. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Nelson, how are you as well?
I'm doing good, sir. It's good
Good
to
to
see
see you
you.
guys once again.
Yeah, we
As
are together.
always,
So what's
as I
Dr.
will start to
Montaki
say,
today?
Dr. Moneyba is
I
relaxed
just
as
joking.
always. You know I'm going to go there. You know I'm going to go
I
there.
just joking. I will keep the
the
tips
man,
before guests.
Dr. Moneyba is fire in Liberia. He has become fire in Liberia. He's become a household name. He has become the little man name of choice. So definitely you bring it up. I'm definitely going to
Hey,
say
bro,
that
you started
as
it too.
always.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. He had
Certainly.
a good
Yeah.
interview when he came here. He
Oh
needs to
yeah,
come.
absolutely.
When is he coming
Yes,
back?
yeah. I mean, the invitation. You guys know that Dr. Moniba and Madam Grace Brown are very efficient, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All that is needed is an invitation from Spoon TV to the
Okay.
campaign. Uh, Immediately, you guys will be getting a response immediately. There are people there 24 hours around the clock, 72 hours a week, a month, a day, rain or shine, they are dead receiving information, emails, telegram, telephone, whatever
Mm-hmm.
communication medium is being used. They
Mm-hmm.
are definitely and certainly going to reply
Uh,
ASAP.
uh,
That's
that's
as effective as they are. Yeah.
that's good. I will keep that in mind for them to
Yeah.
come. So that's
He's
good.
ready. He's ready at all times. He's sharp as always. He has
Mhm,
all of his details in place.
mhm.
Uh, he's
That's
curious
not what
about.
you told to do. I thought I inside. I just
Ah,
asked please.
no, no. He's very curious right now about Spoon's health, the channel health. He's very concerned about that. As a matter of fact, after yesterday's program, he asked me of the progress status of Spoon TV. I informed him of the challenges
Mhm,
and setbacks. I also informed him of next steps
mhm,
and the public perception about what is going on. And as always, he's threw his weight behind this, especially from the constitutional perspective, making sure that freedom of speech and the freedom of the press is respected in Liberia. So definitely he's abreast of everything that's happening, from the public perspective that's happening with Spoon, and he supports Spoon diligently in their effort to get back their full accreditation, full status, and full range of reach to the Liberian people.
yeah, extend my thanks to him, and we appreciate his concerns. Yeah, that's good. Well, let's begin to welcome. Then maybe just do five names, Maxwell, and I'll do
Oh
five.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And yeah, because our viewers are, they come every day, they here with us, they hang in here with us. So I really like to acknowledge them.
Momo Carson, watching from Dupo Road, Zuba Town. Guess what? Momo, I live on Dupo Road and I live in Zuba Town. I
Oh,
love that
really?
place. Oh, absolutely. It was very quiet. It was very lovely. I love this so much. I really enjoy living in Dupo Road. Dupo Road is one of the places to live. Believe me, it is one
Dubois is
of
not
the places to
Dubois,
live.
I remember. Dubois was one of Dubois only had a graveyard what I remember.
Uh,
Oh, bushes.
Everything is great. Everything is great. Moses Cully, thank you so much for coming on. I see you with your tie. You look properly dressed and astute. Thank you so much for coming on. Even WP Body, I'm watching from
Levittown.
Levittown, Pennsylvania. Wow, this is American people. You forgive me, my people. I eating pamboda rest on the side, so my tongue heavy. Max Momo, watching from what's Max? Max gone. Okay, Max Momo. Thank you for coming on. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate you. Charles. I know you're a Boyka man, but I will call your name still. You're still my friend. I know you'll come over to Dr. Moniba very soon. Uh, Roxon D. Nimlen. Oh, senior, I think I know this person very well. I think I know
Yeah.
the name. I think I know the person. Welcome on the show. And
Mm-hmm.
to everyone else that I didn't mention, that I will come back to mention, welcome on the show as well.
Yeah. Good. Thank you. I'm just gonna start from anywhere. Gregory Bono, he's watching from New Georgia. I was going to New Georgia Estates. Wale Thompson is watching from Minnesota. Uh, Joel Bono is watching from ELWA, Rock Hill. Charles is watching from Lanham, Maryland. And J. Benedict Colosano Sanda, actually Sanda, is watching from Dubai, the place that I want to go, and I know I'm going to go there. So I hope you're enjoying Dubai today. Well, we just want to welcome all of you. We are happy that you're here to participate in our interactive conversation today. So, Maxwell,
Yep.
uh,
I'm here.
so let's begin with you.
I
Tell
mean,
us,
just hit me on the bat. Just hit me on the bat.
tell
I
us
just
what's
go
on
for
your
it.
mind today.
Oh, definitely. Well, first and foremost, I would like to inform the general public
But that's not fair,
and the
though.
Liberian people
That's not
and to the
that's
youth
not fair.
population of Liberia. Dr. Moneyba is
You
doing
said
very,
that's not
very well. Ah, there's Stanton has come.
You're just welcome only 5 with all these many folks.
Oh
Only
no, that's 5 I
individuals
called.
for their names.
That's 5
Oh,
I called.
you can welcome someone for us.
It's
You know,
5
that's
I
why the
called.
people can wait for us to come on the show before they even join. Only 5 people in your call.
That's
Gertrude
not
Wallace.
Over all these thousand.
Gertrude Wallace, welcome to the show. Thank you
Wow,
for coming on.
Moses, I'm with you, Moses.
Kocha
Wow.
Dwe, thank you for coming on the show. T. Vani Passaway, thank you so much for coming on the show. We appreciate you. Robina Alex Max Brown, welcome
Don't
to the
call
show as
Robina
well.
name. Don't call Robina name.
Prince
Robina,
Collie, welcome.
No, Maxwell, don't call
Yeah.
Robina name. I thought Robina was nice. Robina is not a nice person.
But man, what's going on now? What's going on with
Robina,
Robina?
you feel better, yeah.
No,
what's going on with
Robina is not a nice. Robina Famata Louis Vincent. This woman that went to Liberia and decided to turn her back on Spoon Network. The woman cooked a clear bitter water soup.
She said you see trouble.
No,
When I
man.
get the soup story, without every time we get the soup story.
The woman, yeah. You call her name, we praise the woman and say, oh, she's a nice woman. The woman went to Liberia, she turned her back. She after that, she ain't got no family in America again. Now she looking for friends. She jealous her sister Salamatu. Maybe I call her friendship with Salamatu. I call her speech from her. The other day she called me. She just stand up. This is Salamatu. I just hang up my phone on her. I said, Robina, oh yeah. She called me. She said, stand up. I said, who's this? She said, this is Salamatu. I just went click.
That's mean.
Robina and Salamatu, they are not good friends.
Very mean.
The
So you want to welcome
sacrifices we made. The sacrifices we made for Robina. Went to a house that day. That in Robina house, I said Jackson got the money. Oh, let me shut her up.
Jesus. Oh my goodness.
Robina. I love Robina. It didn't sound like a football player name.
David McGill, watching from GSA Road. Welcome on the show as well. As you all know, Stanton has arrived, and you know he always comes with the pepper and salt. So we are moving on.
And the thing about it is, you know,
Asumana Sharif, welcome to the show as well. Mas, welcome to the show as well. From Lufa County, welcome to the show.
Like, you
we
know,
thank you all for coming.
Some people at the time, you know, so that's why I just wanted to recognize people quickly because it's already 4:44. I'm watching the time, and then he comes and says, "Oh no, you guys didn't call so many people. Call the people need not recognize them."
I will call one of the people that like me, yeah. The other people that like Dr. Richardson and CPP, I'm calling them. If you like Clarence Moroba, I will call your name. Because Clarence Moroba is my new friend. So I will call your name if you like Clarence Moroba. This gentleman named Carlson George, I think I know him. But I like what Maxwell talk about Clarence Moroba. Clarence Moroba is a young man, though, Dr. Richardson.
Very energetic. Very energetic.
He got a long way ahead of him. He can make a difference in Liberia if he connect.
You remember we met him?
We are connecting. We are connecting.
You remember, you know, right? You remember him, right?
We met him when we went to see Madame Salif.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
absolutely.
something about him, maybe not this time around. Maxwell would say no. But we've been in this game. I understand. It may not be this time around. But he got that leadership future. It's coming.
The future is now. With just 6 years ago.
Yeah, it's coming. I think on a serious note, 2029, if he decides to run again, I think he will not take Grace Brown with him. He will find someone, within less than 10 years
So
range.
do you think it's like,
And
even though I don't,
no, let's have the conversation. Let's have the conversation. Ask me the question.
Absolutely.
So
Ask me the question, that Rich. Let me get my honest opinion about Clarence Mova today.
even though it's not over until the election is October 10th, so I don't really want to, take anybody out of the race. But do you think that he's just in the race doing like name recognition business right now? Like,
is that for me, right? That's for me, right? Because I don't want Maxwell interrupting me. Let's do that quick before Jerry Gibson and Mo Ali and the rest of them come on. I would say this to you, that Richie said. If Clarence Mova would have asked me, I was going to advise him to go for a representative district in Lofa County first. I was going to advise him to do that.
Mm-hmm.
He's from the Bandit background.
He is?
Yeah. He's from the Bandit background, Lofa County.
Uh-huh.
His father have name recognition in Lofa.
Yes.
It may not be like Jose Yiman Bwaka, but his father brought something to Lofa as a vice president.
Yes.
And that I want you to understand, by himself and for himself, that the Motorbike is a smart young man, young in the sense that he's not in his 50s. So he's a smart young man. And the youth willing to give him that chance. He cannot be the Obama now because Joey messed these things up and everybody looking onto Jose Yimabwaka or Mr. Cummings or Tewan Gonglo. But he would be that dark horse that would mess this thing for anybody. Even Jeremiah couldn't think about running in 2029. Clarence Motorbike would ready give him a help. And if he can just tweak, I just thought he was going to be running for a representative or senator or representative. Make your name, get in there, be that light, change something. 6 years, let people see you for who you are. And speak for yourself, not on the Madame Salif record. Because everything Clarence is going to say right now, it will be on Madame Salif record.
Really?
Good or bad, it will be Jose Yema Bwaka.
Okay. So,
and that's my point I'm making. But if he said I'm going to serve 6 years, with serve my people, go back in the interior, talk to my Bani people, talk to my Lothian, and let them get to know me for who I am, break my own record. Then I will move on to say I want to be president 2029. Listen, I like him. I do. If I go and come and say the man is not married, so what? He can get married tomorrow. Somebody can come and say the man work with Eddie. Okay, show me one person that didn't work with Eddie. Cummings work with Eddie. Bwaka work with Eddie. It may not be the way we thinking, but they all work under Madame Salif. They won't go. Show me one person in this race that have nothing to do with my Eddie. All the political leaders in the race, my Eddie have something on them. Joseph Yima Bwaka, 12 years, my Eddie. Tewan Gonglo, ministers, my Eddie. Mr. Cummings was gone and given the highest award by Madame Salif. And now people saying that Madame Salif adopted her son. Tell me who in this race that got nothing to do with Madame Salif. So nobody can put anything on Dr. Motorbike because they all serve under Madame Salif. So he have equal argument or legitimate argument. If you blame him for the MCC, you must as well blame Jose Yimabwaka. If you blame him for bad labor, you must as well blame Tewan Gonglo. So, but right now it's just not the space, it's not the time. And I hope that he can sit back and recalibrate. And I'm not saying that I'm giving him the free pass for 2029, because 2029 will be Shiko Honey Iced Tea. And you know what that means. You got people coming from all over, and it will be rough. But I think that the Motorbike stand a chance. If he can go with this message to the youth, find a way in which the youth can benefit right now. What a win. Or he, on the other side, he lost his election or so. Either or, he should build something from the mentor, from the root, to empower the youth.
I have another question.
Let me finish real quick. Let me end on this one. Look at our education system. Who best can tap into the education system than Dr. Motorbike? Who best can go in the university or AMU and say, you know what, we will do X, Y, and Z? Who best? It shouldn't be like Stanton. That got all the youth talking about changing the media landscape. Let Clarence find his voice, that the youth can look onto him. And that's my argument with him. I see something in him, but we pray for that time. Your second question, man, before we bring the Dr. Motorbike man on.
My second question is, you continue to say he shouldn't run with Madam Grace Palm. So what's your rationale?
It's not a big thing, man. Listen, Dr. Richardson, everything I talk about Madam Grace Palm, it may be because we're on the side, we're joking, we're laughing. She's a fine woman, right? What she and Edward Ford got themselves in is up to them. I'm not going to be up for it. But my thing is that right now, the people of Liberia, they are not ready to see President Clarence Motorbike. And Maxwell would disagree with me. Right now, the people who have accepted Representative Clarence Motorbike, right now, the people can say, we will give, oh, Dr. Richardson, you ask this question and you leave again. We can have conversation today, man. Yeah, there are the ANC people then. Y'all ask questions, then you'll leave. But that's my point I'm making. And welcome, Gibson. I just want to say this and say this very well. I can tell people the truth. I like this guy. He's from Lo-Fi. I don't know him, but it's something about him when you talk about the youth. I have two of my nephews that supported him, and I argue with them. And they say something that is so different, Gibson, and contrary from the old folks in this race. You got to blame me and say, oh, I like Joseph Boakai. But it says something about Dr. Motorbike that I think is reasonable. Let him enter those universities. Let him go back to the University of Liberia and find his voice and stick and go over and help those young men and women to get better education. Let him hear from Dr. Motorbike getting involved with transfer students to the United States. Let Dr. Motorbike tap into the new age of education that Liberian youth can benefit. Let Dr. Motorbike open the doors of investment, the doors of opportunity, that they can be bosses of their own. That's what we want to see about it. For the 6 years to come to 2029. Let's see something new about Dr. Motorbike that will have nothing to do about Madam Salif. Mr. Cummings makes that chance. From 2017, he could have done it. He got his own money, right? He never took part in the war. Right? Guess what happened? He's not corrupt. Say what you want to say about Mr. Cummings. But why Liberian people beating on Mr. Cummings? Because Mr. Cummings, when he came 2017, people saw him, they loved him, they went after him, they embraced him, they celebrated with him. He spent less. But now Mr. Cummings is spending more because of the decision he made. And the people say we cannot accept those decisions right now. But let's have a good show. It's going to be very interesting, though. I hope that the Richardson come back because I'm not here for too long.
You know that I have to respond to these things that you
go ahead, Prince. Might as well go ahead.
I do. Stanton, this is the reason why we love the Moneybag Foundation, the Moneybag campaign, the New Liberia campaign, Dr. Moneybag, Madam Grace Palm, everybody in Lino. This is the reason why we love Spoon TV, because it's democratic. You have your right to your opinion, be it good or bad. You can speak your mind, and I appreciate the fact that you have leveraged your democratic opinion on the trail. But I beg to absolutely differ, Stanton, because Stanton, you can be living in dreamland. You are in the future already, Stanton. George, we are just completed 6 years, so you're already in the future. So what kind of future are you looking for again? You're looking for what? Babia Town future? Or what other future coming? Come on, Stanton. You know, if we are talking about the future is going to be 2 hours from now. 2 hours from now is unpredictable. People pay billions of dollars to know it's going to happen in 2 hours from now because it's the future. So, Stanton, the future is already now. So forget about that one. You know that when you're talking, you leave that. Let's talk about name recognition. You talk about father's name. Yes, Dr. Harris Moneybag was one of the most astute, eloquent statesmen we had. There is no dirt on his character. So let's just put that aside. That is Liberia's quintessential people we are dealing with over there. So that put Dr. Harris Moniba aside. The man's name is so pristine that it's gold when you speak it. Even in Liberian political cycle right now, those that existed at that point in time, people like Barcos Matthew, like Dr. Amos Sawyer, when Dr. Moniba is spoken of, people pay respect because they know even in the grave, he's still respected wholesomely in Liberia today. So name recognition put at one side because Dr. Moniba, Dr. Clarence K. Moniba, has made his own name. That is the thing. He has made his own name for himself. Everything Dr. Moniba has done has been only for one specific reason: the promise to his father to uphold his true personality and his true dignity, his true loyalty to Liberia. So it's absolutely clear. He's a pristine example to the young people of Liberia. So there's no doubt on that. You can say the man is corrupt, blah, blah, blah. No, like other people using other people, I will come to that. I agree with you, Stanton. He's a smart man, but I will add a quality that he's not only a smart, he's a brilliant young man. This man we're talking about, Dr. Moniba, Dr. Clarence K. Moniba from Lofa County, has sat with world leaders at international world forums and discussed issues about Liberia.
I tell you,
Stanton, you want your answer? You got to get your answer from me.
Brother,
this is democracy. This is democracy. So not only that he's smart, he's also brilliant. Not only that he's brilliant, he's also representative. He's been places. He's given Liberia the accreditation.
I will say to you, though, and I'm going to mess up. We come to you, Gibson. Gibson,
let's talk about the youth. Let's talk about why the youth is gravitating towards Dr. Moniba.
Let me talk about the youth.
The youth is gravitating towards Dr. Moniba simply because the youth have been looking for an example, an exemplary individual in Liberia's body politics for a very, very long time. Michael Jackson said, the man in the mirror, look at the man in the mirror. Most of the youth of Liberia have looked in the mirror. Who they see? They see Dr. Clarence K. Moniba. He's one of them. He's been a part of them. He speaks their language. He understands what they've been. He understands what they've come through. So that's for the youth. That's the reason why 63% of the youth is gravitating. Democratically.
Let me say something to you.
You said he can be Barack Obama. He's not opting to be Barack Obama. The man is a unique man by himself.
Prince.
You understand?
Prince.
He's not. First of all, he said dark horse. Dark horse. The man's the light. He said dark horse.
Prince.
Yes,
I beg you. We got to bring the others on. Now, let me say this. Let me say that to you real quick. Then we can move on to our brother.
You made an equivalent. Let me answer this. We'll go to the next one. You made an equivalent, which is absolutely wrong. I will say this, and I will say this to Liberian people. Jeremiah Kuhn is not even in Dr. Clarence Moniba's league. And you know that, Stanton. You know that in your blood, in your soul. Just like Brent Poker say, my Christmas in your soul. Just how you know it in your blood. It's not comparable. Why would you make such a comparison? We're talking about a comparison to of his leadership, of his ability, of his quality, of his dignity.
So can we come in?
To critical national leaders.
Can we come?
And you say Jeremiah
Rizzo. You know what happened?
Stop joking.
Friends Maxwell. You know what happened? We like our folks, right?
Of course.
Before we go to Gibson, let me bring you in, because if I continue to call his name, he will talk. Dr. Moniba said, let me set this up. Gibson. Gibson, let me set this up. Let me set this up for you. I beg you. Let me set it up. Dr. Moniba said, one named Debbie on the show. Named Debbie, we love him, but he didn't do good. Yeah, he was the worst representative. And then they sent Samuel Sankara. He was also a worst. But I like Maxwell because I think Maxwell I think might as well from a place that he can sell his
Maybe
candidate
Maswell
better.
is in Europe, that's why.
No,
But
look,
yes,
you guys. Okay.
but yes, my take. Yes, my take though. I will still disagree with my brother Maxwell.
I agree.
We need to look in that Motorbike face and tell him, say, you should have gone at least to become a representative.
So
Buy yourself time, and then when you just do enough for the people, represent them well, you can come up to say, I am, and I want to be your president.
Stanton, I hear
Let me finish, brother Maxwell. Brother Maxwell, let me
You
finish.
stop for 4 minutes.
Other than that, I want to bring in my brother Gibson. Other than that, though, I think what that the Motorbike is doing is just a showcase, and I will tell him whenever I see him. But talk to me, Gibson. Talk to me.
You see, the man freeze.
Yeah, I know, right? First of
You
all,
see?
I respect.
You see?
You're trying to play over internet.
Even the internet don't agree with even the internet don't agree with you guys. They force
He's
it,
trying
man.
to play over internet. First of all, I think I agree with Senator in part, and here is why.
Because you go,
And I respect that Moneybag's education. No education is wasted. But I'm thinking, what decision is it that he will do his doctorate degree in rhetoric? This is something you cannot find any job for in Liberia. If you are doing it for America, that's fine. But I know along the way, his bachelor, if you have any associate, high school, bachelor degree, master degree, probably is of a substantive use.
He has 2 master's degrees.
Hold on.
Just for information.
If you get doctorate degree, you gotta get master. I know that. So along the way, the bachelor, masters probably is of some substantive use in Liberia. But a decision to make to study rhetoric and you want to come in the Liberian scene, it doesn't make sense to me. But that is decision. The other thing is one of the worst mistakes he made was 2 Ellen appointees were to run for a seat that Ellen vacated. This is a wrong thing. At least if I were in Dr. Moneybag's circle, I wouldn't have chosen Grace. I would have looked outside and choose somebody else. Because everybody look at that ticket, they'll know straight at Ellen ticket. 2 appointees of Ellen come together, they want to be president after Ellen. That's why most people will say, oh, it's an Ellen engineer team.
You know you're speculating now, right?
I'm not speculating. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
something.
no, I'll have to intervene because that's pure speculation.
You can't give me a chance. I'm not speculating. I'm telling you.
No, you are speculating. I need facts.
That is democratic right? So let me speak.
You said there's nothing negative about Dr. Moneybag. His decision making cannot get him close to the presidency. Nobody in Liberia will be willing to put their ballot in, maybe few, but they will not put their ballot in to make a president of Dr. Moneybag and Grace as vice president. That's why many people think, even on the show, they post tell you the same thing, that he's a planted of Ellen, or he's another distraction of Ellen to take away Joe Biden's votes. So that's another thing. I know that Moneybag before you, that Moneybag was vice president of Samuel Doe. He left before the war, even arrived in Bassa. And then at the ECOWAS summit, he went there that they should, instead of Emerson, they should make him the next interim president because he was vice president of Samuel Doe. They rejected that. He came and bought over the Lino, which was founded by Jonathan, my Bele brother. Jonathan, he bought over and he became standard bearer, and then he even became 7 in the race. So I know that the Moneybag before you did. And I know that Clarence, when I remember when we used to go for press conference to the Moneybag house, Clarence was just around 12-year-old. So I knew him while he was still 12-year-old. So I can just tell you that, okay? So, I mean, sometimes when people say something, you have to sit, before you reject them, you got to sit and ask yourself a question. Is there veracity in what the person is saying? Okay? In this election, let me tell you something. This election, 20 candidates. Some of them are there because at the end of the day, they will get a job from the person that wins. That's all some of them there for. To raise their profile, and then after the election, they get job. That's why some people are there. Other people are there not because of job, but because they want to fix something. I hope that the Moneybag is one of them. Otherwise, if you still want to be LEC managing director, in fact, he has not been audited yet, so we cannot say he's clean because he has not been audited yet. But once he's audited, then we know he's clean. But he has not been audited, he cannot be going around and say, I didn't do anything wrong at LEC. So those are things that we have to look at. But for me, personally, I like young people going in the race. I don't like older people. Because the older people, their generation have failed us a lot. And I think the young people will do well. But that the Moneybag is not going anywhere close to the president.
So we got to move on. We got to move on. I'm sorry, Prince. We got to talk to Mike Jabateh tonight.
Oh, no, Stan.
We will come back to.
No.
We will come back.
Might not get light. Might not get Corey.
Prince, we'll come back. Prince, we'll come back to you. Prince, we'll come back to you, my man. We let's talk to Mike Jabateh. Brother. You are muted. You muted yourself. You can't
let this slide and go to the Liberian people as if they say there's no response for Dr.
No, but we'll come back. We'll come back. We want to waste our time. No, we'll come back. Let's welcome back Jabateh.
There are so many people. There are so many people who knew Honorable Boyka and going when they were 12 years old. All right. It's not
okay,
just
so let's go ahead. So let's go ahead. Mike Jabateh, welcome. Mike, welcome to the show. How you doing, Mike?
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Waterspoon, and thanks to my professors, my mentor, Gibson Giroux. They never taught me from the under newspaper. I salute you, my former editors, Gibson Giroux.
But you see Dr. Richardson, when you say hi to her?
Because I have to recognize he make me. He make me he make me to he make me to eat the out when the lady comes in a brown skin. He make me today. I respect Gibson Giroux, is a fan writer, my former editors. I say to you, I salute you.
Let me ask you a question. So listen, man, you got a lot of stuff going on, Mike Jabateh. It's good to have you on the show. And you've been reaching out to me, and a lot of people been following your trip. You're doing this trip, driving from Lofa, Buffalo, Cape Man, and all over. Why for? I mean, what message you want to put out there, Mike?
And the message I have tonight is that it is time that would rescue Mama Labiro. Labiro today, our people have turned to a beggars. Our people, I don't know which direction they are taking. Every time when I enter our citizen, I shed tear. Every time when I sit with others, the older people, I shed tear. And as I speak to you, tear is in my eye. The way our people are going through some difficulties in Malabiro. Are you getting me?
Yeah, you're good.
So that's the problem we're facing. Our people are suffering. That's why I sat down. I said, look, it is time that I joined the rescue team, Ambassador Joseph Numa Boyka, to mobilize our people in Grand Cape Mount, to mobilize our people in Bomi County, to mobilize our people in Bapur County, to tell our people this is the right direction. This is the man who have the vast experience. He can rescue Mama Labiros from the hands of the gangsters that are making our people to suffer today.
Mike Jabateh, is something strange about you, though.
Come again?
Are you supporting Joseph Numa Boyka? I'm shocked.
And Joseph Numa Boyka, the people of Bama district in Bapuru County, they came to me. They said, my son, you have been with us. We want you to support Ambassador Joseph Numa Boyka. And if you want us to respect you, if you want us to elect you as a representative or senator tomorrow or in the future, we want you to support us to push the agenda of Ambassador Joseph Numa Boyka. And I accepted that request. And that's why today I'm campaigning from every towns and villages, telling our people to vote for Ambassador Joseph Boakai. I know what our people going through. What a spoon when you travel, people stop a car and beg, I'm hungry, I'm frustrated. That's why today I decided to support Ambassador Joseph Boakai. It was the people that told me to support.
Mark, who's suffering the Liberian people? My last question will go around. You say the people
I told you, I told you,
suffer?
These guys that in power, they are irresponsible. They are not mature. They have no connection outside to even encourage investors to come. There's a low employment in Malabiro. Our people are suffering. Our people are dying with hungers. Our people are tend to beg us. And that's why you see the aliens and the foreigners, they are taking over our economies today. Because this government that we have, President George Weah, that we supported 2005 to 17, including Gibson Jury and myself that supported President Weah. Say, money. Gibson Jury who recruited me to even support Ambassador Joseph, to campaign for President George Weah 2005. But today, I'm so happy that Gibson Jury, he no more supporting President George Weah. He's seeking the interests of the masses. So I commend him for that. He was one of those who recruited me in 2005. He did that. He's my mentor, he's my professor, and I have great respect for him. But our people are suffering.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mike. Let's bring in the other folks. I'm just kind of surprised that you openly announced that Gibson Jerry recruited you to support George Weah, and Gibson Jerry been supporting George Weah. You just announced it, but that's something I will leave for Mo Ali and Fadika and Fagon. They will discuss it later because you, Mike Jabateh, you came here and you gave me this big breaking news. Let me bring in. Listen, it's shocking to hear you. For me, I'm surprised that you are supporting Joseph Boakai. We got pictures, we got videos, we got everything on you. You were there with George Weah. You were standing there with Jefferson Koji. You ate the cow, Mike Jabateh. But to say you listen to your people today, and your people say support Joseph Boakai. Did Joseph Boakai call you? Did Jeremiah Kun call you?
Man, I have not received a single call for Ambassador Joseph Boakai. It was the people of Gbapuru County. It was the citizens of Gbapuru County. They told me you are paying marks, you are paying hand pumps, you are paying our children's school fee. We respect you. You are working in our country. But we want you to support Ambassador Joseph Boakai. Who am I to defy the people that love me, the Gola people, the better people? So I respect them, and I told them, that's it. I did not say to Ambassador Joseph Boakai. I did not call Jeremiah Kun. I did not call PYJ to say I'm going. I did not call Mo Ali. But it was the people that told me, my son, we love you. We respect you. Support Ambassador Joseph Boakai. There is the right direction. And tomorrow we're going to reward you. You're going to serve as senator one day in the future for this country. You're going to serve as lawmaker. If you listen to us, we're going to reward you tomorrow. And that's why I listen to my people. And they're my people. They're my Gola people. I love them.
My second question. I believe that's my second question, right? My second question. I don't know math. I can count right. I let Dr. Richardson grandson. My second question, Mike, real quick. Why not Mr. Cummings? Why not Tewon Gonglo? Why Joseph Boakai?
I met Arizona Cummings. Arizona Cummings, I called him. And I told, when he invited me, people think that I endorse Arizona Cummings. In fact, for your information, you will never see a single billboard in Gbapuru County carry the name Arizona Cummings. The late Nathan, may his soul rest in peace, told me, Mike, it is time for me to endorse Ambassador Joseph Boakai. When I come from India, I will endorse Ambassador Joseph. I said, why?
Hold on one minute. No. Hold on 1 minute. Are you talking about the chairman of CPP, the late chairman?
I'm talking about my friend and brother who passed off, Senator Daniel Nater Flomo. I sat with him and he told me, Mike, I'm not well. I'm about to travel, but when I return, I will endorse Ambassador Joseph Boakai. That's the man that introduced me to the people of Gbapulu County. May his soul rest in peace. He said, Cummings, he said, Mike, the past 3 months, Kwame is not communicating with me. Kwame is no more picking my call. And every time when I advise that he's not coming, he don't listen to me. That's why, and the people are telling me to go this direction. And that's why I want to endorse Ambassador Joseph Boakai. That's why he told me, may his soul rest in peace. I will not lie on a dead person. It is against my religion to lie on the dead person. And I pray that may the Almighty Allah forgive his sin. Yes, he was a good friend to me. He was a brother to me. He was a father to me.
Why there is no Bible in Buffalo of Mr. Cummings? Why people not saying anything?
And those that run that is not coming, they are fooling him. They are misleading him. They are misleading him. Even the cat or the rat that in Gbapulu County, they don't even know the name Alexander Cummings. And maybe you will take a 4th or 5th place. I don't even see him taking the 3rd place or 4th place. Maybe 4th place. Yes, those that run him, they have no strategists. They are lying to Alexander Cummings. They say, Papa, you will win. But forgetting to know that Louis Brown, they are only there because they are broke today. They are chopping little money from Alexander Cummings.
I got to bring the other guys in. Mike, I love having you on the show, but I got to bring the other guys in. Let's go to our sister, Dr. Richardson, Prince Maxwell, and your mentor, the person that brought you to CDC, Gibson Jerry will go last. Dr. Francine, announcement. The standard bearer of the Collaborating Political Party, CPP, Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings, will on Friday, August 18, host a press conference to formally name his 2023 campaign team. The press conference will be held at the CPP headquarters, 19th Street, Single Beach, Sa, at 2 p.m.
Yes.
We are seeing in Nima County 1 billboard. In Buffalo, Mike Jabateh said there is none. Your question for Mike Jabateh, the reason why he said today that the late Mr. Nathan was going to switch over to Mr. Boakai, that is concerning. Can you now have the time? I yield the time to you to ask your question or make your comments, Dr. Richardson.
I want to thank you, Stanton, for making that announcement. I just want to echo it that tomorrow the CPP, the Collaborating Party, will be hosting a press conference to name the campaign team at 2 p.m., 19th Street and Cinco. So that's for really what I have a comment. I want to wish Mr. Jabateh well on the train. And I also, may the soul of Ms. Chairman Nathan rest in peace. That's what I have to say.
So there is no question as to why Cummings don't have a billboard in Buffalo?
No, is Jabateh the security of Liberia to stop someone from putting a billboard in Buffalo?
He's not saying he's stopping. He said there is none.
No, he said that's what he said. He said he's going to stop Cummings from putting a billboard.
No, he didn't say that. Mr. Jabateh, can you come? Did you stop Cummings or you said there is none? Mr. Mike Jabateh,
I just stated that every time some villages are reached, there is no billboard that indicating Alexander Cummings. There is no billboard at all.
Okay,
even the second capital city of Gbapulu County, Gbama, there is no billboard. If you go to Lofa Bridge, you go to Tam, you go to Weju, you go to Tenin, you go to Rabosport, there is no billboard at Travel Yalad, even Bombi County. There is no billboard that indicating that Alexander Cummings, the CPP, standard bearer.
Actually, yesterday, since I'm sure you know, in the show, I told you that we are doing our campaign in multiple styles. We want to spend our money going door to door, connecting with the people and relating to them, village to village. That's what we're doing. We'll have billboards, but that's not our focus right now.
So you're doing the WhatsApp and text message campaigning. No billboard.
I'll tell you something.
Prince,
text message.
Prince, my brother, I beg you help me. Oh yeah, because I just help me. I beg you.
Yeah.
This is very concerning though. Mike Jabateh is in Buffalo. He's traveling from Buffalo, Cape Man, Bomi, all in the Western Cluster region. He is saying you cannot see Mr. Cummings. He's not visible. Zero. And
Well,
our sister said they're doing the chat room, Joel Wisner chat room witnessing. I'm kind of taking back.
That is not strange, Stanton. That is not strange. That's why we say we need real political players, people like Dr. Clarence Moniba, because these things cannot be said, right? These things cannot be said. Look, Stanton.
What's up witnessing?
Stanton. Of course,
yes, sir.
Absolutely. People are chasing our bibbles all over. It's like sweet candy in the people's hands right now. Look, Stanton, let's talk about this. Let's be serious, Stanton. You can compare the failures of the team of Alexander Cummings to that of Mr. Gongolo's past. We are aware that Gongolo's impact on bringing about significant legal and systematic change in Liberia has been completely dull and absent. It's the same thing as Cummings. So they're both of them trading in the same basket of limited. So I mean, what can you talk about that? What can you talk about that? Is that to talk about? Cummings will always trail behind many key political players right now.
Do you have a question for Mike Jabateh?
Mark,
I'm listening.
I have a question for you. Could you please espouse? Could you please explain? Could you please expand more on why did Big Brother Jeroen recruited you and CDC. Now to sit imagine to CBC?
He been denying this.
He came on the show. He has never declared.
Respect for Jeroen.
He's never declared that he went for CBC.
I used to think that Jeroen is my older brother. But Jeroen disappointed in Jeroen.
He acting as if he just came from Jerusalem. He came from River Jordan and baptized there. No, Jeroen. You didn't baptize in River Jordan. Your sins are before you, and you have to answer for yourself.
Are you asking a question or are you going to ask
we are baptized in River Jordan. Go ahead, Mike Jabateh.
In 2005, Gibson Jeroen served as the editor of the Panelist newspaper in 2005, 2006, and Gibson Jeroen was with Evu Dennis, and I was the reporters coming on the front line with Larry Rebel at that time. They can attest to it.
I remember.
I'm making those. He started with Soku Damati Kone. I connected him with so many people in the former minister Lucini Camara, and we were pushing the CDC agenda. I do remember Gibson Jeroen wrote the article 2005, Monday morning. Popularity versus education. Popularity versus education. By that time, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf drove for Land Cruiser. She went on Kerry Street and met a Senate Speaker with Gibson Jeroen. It's the article that name for the election, before the election in 2005. Gibson Jeroen, he been an advocate for CDC way back, more than 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. Gibson Jeroen sat to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and wrote an article, Popularity versus Education. That was it. You can Google it. Google it now. He wrote that article. But at the end of the day, to my ultimate surprise, and we were supporting the CDC, pushing the CDC agenda. I was one of the agents for Gibson Jeroen. That's why I always salute him. And every time when I make mistake, he always correct me. He's a very nice person, a very brilliant man, a very great writer. But he's an ex-sedition. That's how I refer to him, as ex-sedition. But he supported CDC. But he did not achieve his goal. That's why today, Gibson Jeroen is no more a sedition.
So what was Gibson's goal?
And Gibson's role was to use the media propaganda to promote the image of President George Manuel Weah. But thank God that's to promote the image of President Weah at that time. But thank God we thought President Weah going to do things for the interest of the Liberian people. And I see today he attempted to an ex-sedition. Yes, he was a sedition journalist, including myself.
Thank you so much for your answer. Brilliant answer. Brilliant.
Your second question.
My second question. Do you think at this moment you trust that?
Go for the speaker over there.
You're all right.
The people enjoying the show. Put it on speaker, Mike Jabateh. The people want to.
Okay, put on speaker. Go for the speaker.
Yeah.
Everybody listening, Bapulu Kante. They're all listening. They're all listening, Bapulu Kante.
Maki, do you think that at this moment that Big Brother Jeru credibility as a journalist hold true to the fact, since the fact that he knows of the historicity of CDC people?
Come here, give me a question. Come here again.
Do you think that Brother Jeru can still be classified as credible?
He's a credible person. Gibson Jeru is a man who hate corruption. Gibson Jeru is a man who hate brave. Gibson Jeru is a man with integrity. But he's a man, he have a sedition blood in him. As I speak to you, he have that little blood in him.
Wait, can somebody call Fadiga and more Ali and Fagon? What Fagon, man? Let me call
CDC blood in you.
Let me call the people.
CDC blood in you. Jeru.
Mama, wait, what else? Do you know? Let's see. The funny part is that after all our CDC operation, I even told one more and gave it to Gibson Jeru.
You got CDC blood in you. Jeru, how can you do that?
So Gibson, let's come to you, Gibson. Gibson, why you been hiding these facts? Why you been burying the story of your involvement, your establishment with CDC, your work for President George Manawea? Why you been deceiving Councillor Gonglo on the Spoon Talk, sir?
Okay, you want to be able? I'm not going to ask my question too.
Answer the
question first.
Yeah, please answer the question first.
Let me ask my question. I will respond to your question.
Jeru, you got CDC blood in you. You want to talk about Dr. Clarence Moniba? Jeru, you got CDC blood in you. You want to talk about Dr. Clarence Moniba?
Can you give me more than two questions to ask Mike? Okay, I will be very.
No. Everybody two questions. We cannot give you
more than
two questions.
I will take the two questions. Mike.
I mean, you see Disha here on a cover, then you walk out like you see Disha.
Mike. Oh, okay.
Mike is listening to you.
You on mute.
Yeah, go ahead. You listen to you.
Mike, you gave a conflicting statement right now that I was a sedition, but I wrote story for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Is there any story that I have written that promoted George Weah or that promoted CDC that you can remember?
Yeah, you did that. And you did that. I have the copy of the newspaper.
What's the hell of that story?
No, and
you got a newspaper. You say you got a newspaper. So you're not going to.
I got a newspaper, Chief.
So what is
you
the
my boss
of that newspaper?
You my boss. I get high respect for you.
What is the hairline of the newspaper that I wrote to promote George Weah?
Let's move from that. The message you got a newspaper. Let's move from that. We'll talk to Mike Jabateh.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, it's the hairline.
Don't do that.
Mohammed Dukle is my witness. Ellis Tugba is my witness.
Oh.
Ellis Stanley Siko is my witness.
Oh.
Akami, the hairline.
Mm-hmm.
When Francis Johnson Morris served at the Election Commission in 2005, and you came on an article that the elections, there was a fraud, there was a foul play in the election. You wrote that article.
Is there a story I wrote or a feature article? What was that?
You wrote that article. When Francis Johnson Morris served as the Election Commission, there was an article written by Gibson Jeru that 2005 election was a fraud. Was a fraud.
Mike, that
they cheated President George Manawea.
I'm going to leave it there, but since you have a newspaper, will you be able to screenshot that newspaper and send it to Stanton so they can make an open case of it?
No. My show today is not Gibson Cherry show.
I don't say no. I don't say no.
No, forever I'm not doing that. The man giving names. I know standard seeker. The matter of Duke, you are sedition blood. That's what the man said.
Exactly. You can go to River Jordan say block and leave for you anymore. John the Baptist can even baptize you anymore.
You say how you call it?
That's your Manuel Maxwell.
John the Baptist can baptize you anymore.
Listen, I don't want this to make this about me.
You ain't my big brother.
But if I make it about me, we miss the whole story. I know Mike Jabateh and myself, we had a clash before, and he criticized me of talking against Costa, and he got mad and started saying all kinds of stuff. Now he comes on the show to showcase a deliberate lie. Let me tell you something. Mike, you say you are Muslim, and if you are Muslim, I will leave you with your God. If you believe in your heart that you are Muslim, that I, Question Jeru, ever recruited a single human being in my life for a political party, not just CDC, for political party. As a Muslim, your God is with you. When I recruited
go with everybody back.
No, don't say that to start off. I know you've been looking for a way to see if I was CDC. There were 7 reporters. There were 7 reporters that are recruited. When the analysts hire me as a news editor, I recruited 7 reporters. Mike was one of them. I'm not going into detail of what Mike is, what Magna is. And I trained them. We were the one at the analyst newspaper that put pressure on the CDC. So because of us putting pressure as a news editor, they attacked one of my reporters because of the thing we're writing about CDC. So for Mike to come on here, or George Butter, the late George Butter, he just died last week. George Butter was attacked by the sedition because of the stories we're writing, critical story we're writing about CDC. So for Mike to come here and say I recruited him for CDC, I leave him with a conscience. Okay. But look, so I can tell you. Let me ask you more question, Mike. Which political leader at this point that you are following now, apart from Joseph Boakai?
And I'm not following any political leaders. I'm only following Ambassador Joseph Boakai. That's what my Gola people told me to follow. That's why the citizen of Bapuru County told me to follow Ambassador Joseph Boakai. And that's what I'm campaigning for Joseph Boakai in every towns and villages that I entered. Just today, I was able to pay new voters. I spent $100,000 Liberian dollars to register the new voters on behalf of Ambassador Joseph Boakai. That's my personal money. But I'm not supporting Cummings and Alaji Losini Kamara Tewa Gonklo.
Thank you very much. My last question, sir. When you follow George Weah recently, not in the days of old, when you follow George Weah recently, you even killed Carl, you were describing as the best person. What happened before you left, sir?
And the problem with the CDC, George Weah and his little cat and rats, they don't respect the laws. They are not in the interest of the Liberian people. These guys, they are liars. Don't never trust them in your life. They are not in the interest of Liberia. They are playboys and playgirls. The country is bigger than Mama. George Weah cannot manage this country. I've interacted with the president. I've interacted with Jefferson Koji. I interacted with Sir Joseph. All the citizens, they all know me. They have my numbers. But I believe our people are suffering. We should put the interest of our people first. Mama Liberia. Do you know how many young guys are getting crazy? Do you know how many girls at the age of 13 are involved in prostitution today in Liberia? Do you know most of the clinics and hospitals, there's no drugs? Do you know how many drugs enter the country? Do you know the unemployment rate in this country? That's why I joined the train to rescue Mama Liberia.
Did you not
That's
know
why.
Let me finish. Gibson.
Did you not know these things existed before you follow George Weah?
Gibson. Brother Gibson, don't interrupt the person when they're speaking. I'm begging you.
Okay,
we will give you enough time. Let Mike finish.
Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, it is good sometimes you investigate. You train me to be an investigator. You train me to go on the front line. You train me to go with a land rebel to go on the front line. You train me. You make me today. I interact with most of the ex-generals. You train me to go on the front line. So I'm an investigator. So what I'm trying to say around here, that President Weah and his little boys and girls, they are playboys. They cannot manage this country. See the level of suffering. See the level of economic hardship that people are going through today. The country is going to go backward. Travel. When you travel in Bapolo, you travel in Bomi, you travel in Cape Mon, you travel in Magibi County, you will know that the citizens, they are crying and they hate this government. That's what I got to tell you. Because I travel a lot.
Let's talk about Bapolo, Mike. Let's talk about Bapolo, though. Why do you think Joseph Yima Boakai will win Bapolo? What happened in Bapolo? If you make this thing between Joseph Boakai, Cummins, Tewon Gonglo, Clarence Motorbike, I believe that's it. Why do you think Joseph Boakai will win Bapolo, Mike Jabateh?
The issue of Dr. Clarence Motorbike, even a single person, they don't even know the name Motorbike. And it's not coming names, it's not on the list. Tewon Gonglo name is not on the list. Maybe in Maserado County, people on the social media is about Tewon Gonglo. But who know? The people who don't know Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai, the men who have over 1,000 acres. The people love him. The people have great respect for him. And the people love him. In Cape Mon, when you travel there, they say Joseph Yuma Boakai. I travel a lot. Just imagine 2 weeks, I'm in the jungle. I left my family just to come and campaign. I'm patrolling every town and villages. People are saying Ambassador Joseph Boakai. Ambassador Joseph Boakai. So I got confused.
And we're bringing Dr. Richardson, Prince Maxwell. I got some of your video. Let's play it for a little
Hello. We say thanks to our brother KF Richmond. Amen. KF Richmond. Amen. Get me full back of rice and give it to our mothers. I came here yesterday, you complained about hunger, right? Yeah. I'm feeding for you, right? Yeah. That's why now, you be careful. You be careful. The election are coming. The people that are in power, they only after themselves. They're not after you people. Allah? No. The people that are in power, they are criminals. They're not dependent drugs in this country. All the people getting crazy now. People will take Reza Blair and call and say, they didn't happen in Liberia before. No. You have vote for Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai. Now go again. Joseph Yuma Boakai. Let me see the old man face. Come here. Who are you voting for?
I'm voting for Boakai.
Who are you voting for?
I'm voting for Joseph Yuma Boakai.
Hey, let's go down for you. Joseph Yuma Boakai. They all say yeah. Joseph Yuma Boakai. So we said thanks to our brother KF Richmond. Amen. Donated for the arrest. Now this is our mother. Hey. That is our mother. KF Richmond.
KF Richmond, we tell you thank you for the one you do for us. We are here for them. We are here for Joseph Boakai. We are the Beto women. We tell you thank you. We tell you thank you for what you do for us.
I had a situation here in my full business. I'm for one cup of rest.
One cup of rest here now. Sister,
talk now. What can happen here?
We here, so now we for you to get rested to move from Maria to Kaya, and that's more money. To pay the transport, the hotel, to bring it here, and that's more money.
Okay. Mama, you happy for the rest?
Yes.
What do you want to talk now?
I want to say God my bless. The person was sending away, God my blessing. Because we all now we hear nothing we got it to eat.
Send it right. It must be more and more. In Jesus' name.
What about you, my sister, my beautiful sister? Who are you? You can hug me now. You clap for us. Everybody clap now. But we ask you now, who are you going to vote for? Not you. I understand.
So, the thing in our heart, I don't want to tell. What if I just say you
Jose Yumaba? Jose Yumaba? Thank you.
I want to tell the man, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I don't want to plenty.
To move for years, on all the day here to move for years, the whole over the cell green, the car before the back of our system.
Sorry.
You have 4 children, you have 5 children, every day you buy one for $60. You won't know. It's not easy.
Okay.
So you're making something, the women something every day.
Thank
So
you.
get them.
Okay. Let's see one good last song. Everybody, let's have the hand. Let's go. Everybody. Let's go.
So our brother Mike Jabateh, can you talk to us? Mike, we need your attention. Can you please talk to us about this video and why? Yeah, can you lower that thing, please? Talk to us about this video and tell us exactly where you met those mothers and how important $60 for a cup of rice. They cannot even see the rice, Mike. How
Okay. Mose, no it. Amen. Yes. Yeah, and brother Ben, Waterspoon, that's the language there. People cannot afford to buy a single cup of rice. That's the language there. You hear today. That's why the people are going through. You don't even have a good hospital yet. You don't have a good clinic yet. A single cup of rice is $60, $70 Liberian dollars. Now the bag of rice now is 3,800 Liberian dollars in Bapulu County. That's why today, if you go in Grand Kepa, it's the same. If you go to Bomi, it's the same. The masses are suffering. The unemployment rate is high. So you listen to them. I think then they are older people. They will not come on to lie to me. You listen to them, and that's the reality. That's what our people go through every day. The economic hardship.
Wow. Did you go to the, before we get to Dr. Richardson, let me ask this. You visited a hospital in Bapolu or in Bomi? Did you see any hospital, any school?
I visited a hospital in Bapolu. There was a guy who sent me, they call Ahmed Freeman, or S.U.S. Ahmed. He told me go and investigate. And I went there. There is no single doctor you can find in the new hospital there. That's what people going through. There's no drugs there.
The new hospital.
The new hospital. The video is there. You can ask some of the guys that watching me, they can come up with that video quick. So you can play it.
Send a video? Yeah, look, we need a video. Check in your phone. We need that video.
Let somebody send the video to you. Some of the guys that watch me, let them send a video to you.
Send the video, please. Dr. Richardson, come on, Mama. Is it on your page? Is it on your page?
It's on my page. I posted a video. The video there. People, somebody will send it to you. Somebody will send it to you.
Thank you, Dr. Richardson. This is concerning though. We're talking about Bapolu, Cape Mount, Bomi County. Jowea is worse. This man is interacting with the people. He's not on Facebook talking to them. And by the way, we can announce again. They want us to announce. We can announce again today that we own radio station in We own radio station in places that you guys, Premium FM, in Bon County, Lofa County, Buffalo, and Nimba. So folks are hearing us. And look what Mike Jabateh is. People gather all around to listen to Spoon Talk. This is serious. George Weah is suffering the Liberian people. They have suffered under this dictator for 6 years. Look at the women crying. $60 for a cup of rice when you can see it. It's horrible. But talk to us.
I want you to go back to the video. You see another video I posted where the people standing on line. Go there. Go on my page right now. You see the video where the people are standing on line for 3 cup of rice.
We are doing it. Go ahead, Dr. Richardson.
So, there's about 3 takeaways that I have from the video. It was just lovely and beautiful to see, Liberian women and how warm and welcoming they were. I really enjoyed that part. But again, I believe that Mr. Cummings is the right person to change Liberia. If you elect Mr. Cummings, come back to that town or village in Lofa, you'll see some changes. The schools that you guys are speaking about, Mr. Cummings will be able to implement a program where schools will be there, hospitals will be there. So that's one of the takeaways. They're looking for a leader that I took away from there. The second thing I wanted to, hearing Mr. Jabateh being a part of CDC, and now he's a part of United Party, and he also said that he wanted to go into the legislature.
He was a part of ANC. Don't leave that part out, please.
Welcome to the show.
That's the way to introduce myself. He was a part of ANC, supported Cummings.
Welcome to the show. I was
Why
talking.
you leaving that one?
I didn't know you were part of ANC. You didn't announce it.
Dr. Richardson, ask your question now. We'll come to fight. Don't play him, don't mind.
Don't mind. So the man said he wanted to go to the legislature eventually. My question for him is, what does he think he can contribute to the legislature for the people of Bobolu? And what are his goals and aspiration for the Liberian people?
And my whole agenda, when I'm elected as lawmaker of district number 3 in Bapuru County, comes 2029 or before 2029, because I don't know what's going to happen, is to push good governance. Good governance. That's my whole dream. To pass a law where our people are going to live better life. Good governance. Because without good governance, Liberia will never be better. Look at our judiciary system. 85% of our judges are corrupt. 85% of our lawmakers are corrupt. Where are we? Look, go there. Go to the lawyers. If you have a case, you go to the Supreme Court, they will delay your case because of little money. The judges are corrupt, the lawyers are corrupt. So we need our leaders that will stand to push good governance. That's why. And I know by the grace of Allah, one day Waterspoon will refer to me as Representative Mike Jabateh or Senator Mike Jabateh. We'll pray to God for long life. And it's going to happen in the future, inshallah.
So Mr. Jabateh, what would you say to people who are saying that you only caring for the people in the villages, you going around because of your self-interest? Eventually, you want to become a legislator. That's
and what do you mean by self-interest? When we are helping the people, when I build school here now, classroom, when we build 25 hand pumps, we help our people. I'm not pushing my agenda. I'm pushing the agenda of the people to help them. I built school. I built hand pumps to the people, to my Islamic people, my brothers and sisters, that I will always appreciate them. The Muslim and the Madingo community, I will always appreciate them. When CDC abandoned me, when CDC neglected me or abandoned me, it was my people that rescued me.
Why they abandon you?
They know because they are a bunch of crooks.
Oh.
They are a bunch of criminals. They usually if I come here, you say what there, you sitting one there. You will want that security to Dantana Magay. When I visited
Really?
Natana Magay, when I shot at Natana Magay compound, he was the one who came open the gate. He said, Mike, slow down, slow down. The chief will see you. This man, they call you Jifakon. It happened. He know the guy's behavior than me, the another person. He know what I went through. When
Thank you very much.
When I get angry, you know that very well. But he's a very decent man.
The man still talking.
Yeah, but you're talking under him, so we want to hear the man, but you're talking under him.
No, I'm not talking.
You just fucking know what what we went through. The late Christmas City and myself went to my gay house, and I know how we were frustrated there. You know that very well. You know me very well, and I know you always call him and complain.
Minister of Security. That's a disrespect to the man.
But let the man talk his own that blood sedition. Your sedition is in your blood, man. Let the man talk his own back.
And the man spew nonsense and lies.
But I'm saying, Gibson, don't interrupt the man. The man says CDC blood is in your vein, but don't interrupt.
So my whole target is now to conclude. My whole target is to visit. I just want to conclude. I just want to conclude. I want to conclude.
Mike, I beg you, you're not leaving because we got more to talk. And the next stop you're going to, people are saying they want to contribute to your next bus stop because you're doing this thing like every bus stop. People saying that they want to contribute to your next bus stop. That next time village you are going to, they want to contribute. They saw what you did. Fall back or right.
And there's a 2,000 women group that waiting for me on Saturday to endorse Ambassador Joseph Boakat in rubber sport, in Fandard, in Sinje Tewa, in Tenin, in Sinje. 2,000 women, they are waiting for me. But I'm spending my own money for Ambassador Joseph Boakat. But I'm doing it for the interest of the Liberian people. I'm doing it to redeem. We are doing it to redeem this country.
Can we play this real quick? Then we'll bring in and Prince.
Okay, no problem.
I understand that Gibson don't want to talk to you right now because there's CDC blood in his vein.
Talking about this. To come to Liberia because people have put their cars on the table already to bring electricity. So we just done that. Yeah, I'm talking about to come to Liberia because.
Speaking about, we ain't ready for that clip yet. He bringing it, but let's listen to it anyway. Let's listen to it small. Let's get Mike Jabateh a chance to drink. Let's listen to this.
To come to Liberia because people have put their cars on the table already to bring electricity. So we just done that. Yeah, I'm talking about privatization. Oh, I'm talking about privatization. What I'm talking about.
You know, all the beginning of spoon get this spoon blood in there. They see what Gibson gets CDC blood in him. I beg you guys, let's listen to this one more time. We'll bring Mike Jabateh. What the president was trying to say, former deputy minister, can you help us understand? We'll go to the Mike Jabateh clip. Privatization. So let's go one more time. Just one more time.
Talking about to come to Liberia because people have put their cars on the table already to bring electricity. So we just done that. Yeah, I'm talking about privatization. Oh, I'm talking about privatization. What I'm talking about.
Joe Rex so best. Oh my God, you're the bastard, Joe Rex. What's the word? You're the bastard, Joe Rex. The man tell man, you talking about privatization, man say, I ain't talking about prioritize. But we'll hold that for last. I didn't know the president could stutter. But let me go back to Mike Jabateh. It's very important, Mike. Now we get Mo Ali, we get Honorable Fagon. I would beg you, my dear brother, Mike. The 2,000 women in St. J and other places that you're going to meet, people are saying they need your cash app information. They will cash app you or your money, how you call it? Because we say cash app, yeah. Your mobile money information, they won't send you something to transfer yourself to go to those places to help those women. But just to get back, because now we get Mo Ali and Honorable Eugene Fagon. After Dr. Richardson last question, I want you to go back a little bit. Why are you calling Gibson Jerry or sedition and you say CDC in his blood? I want Mo Ali and Fagon to hear this clear today. Prince, Maxwell, and myself will be quiet. Will I say anything again? Dr. Richardson, you get the last question?
Yeah, I wanted to know. I wasn't concerned about Mr. Gibson, I was more concerned when he calling Mr. Fagon, bodyguard to my girl. That way.
Yeah, so we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that.
Let me respond to that because
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
see
no,
it
no,
as an
no,
insult.
I won't waste our time on it.
Well, I think I need to take the 30 seconds.
No. Wait on. Fagon, hold on. Dr. Richardson, hold on. Mike Jabateh, can you please repeat the position Gibson had in CDC? When we get to Fagon, he will clarify whether he was of general to McGill or not. Fagon, what
and
you said
as I told you, it was As I told you, it was Gibson Giroux that recruited me to join the CDC 2005 when he wrote the article. And he's a citizen. He was promised a job after the 2017 election. He was disappointed. That's why today we're referring to him as a citizen. Gibson Giroux. He know. He know me. He make me. He recruited me. He made me today I can write. I could never write a sentence. He taught me to write. He make me to go on the front line with Larry Rebel. He know that very well.
Listen.
I respect him. He's my ex-boss, but I would never dare respect him. But he recruited me. But he was expecting to go as superintendent of Grand Jida County, and he was let down. That's why.
Marty, myself will not say anything. It's only you and Fagon will speak to this. I beg you, then we'll move on. More, please. Folks, you forgive us, please. Gibson will promise a superintendent position by John Weir. I beg you, more, please go ahead.
Oh, man. Yeah, hello, every time I see Mark talking, I think about something else, but let me forget about that.
We're Reverend Martin.
Yeah, that's my second feeling. That's exactly what I was thinking about.
But firstly, let me say welcome to the rescue train, Mike Jabateh, and we value your support. But what Mark is saying, to be honest, is not strange to me. I've said it on the show over and over. I say Gibson that sedition. I mean, not my people, but when they had it behind, they want government to be dealing with it. I hope, somehow he will find a way and come over to support the rescue train. And I've been missing on the show. It's been really, really hectic. I don't know why Gibson is not here to feel some of the heat of the campaign. But I have no reason to doubt what Mark said. Mark is saying the truth. But Mark will not be lying on himself, though. He said the mayor recruited him, and the mayor was promised a job. My qualm here is there are lots of, CDC is one of the biggest parties. I don't see why Gibson should keep denying his association in the past with the CDC. Now he's with the mega phone number says, I think I got to put my own there too. I come in log out and come by and put my own there. I don't see why he should be denying his affiliation. We have Honorable Eugene Fagon here, who was a citizen, a deputy minister. He doesn't shy away from, what is and what was. There are other people who have associated with the party. Now that we have a living testimony, a living witness, it's only good for Gibson, who is on the show here, to come out and just clear the air and say, okay, yes, I was in the CDC, but I moved on because of XYZ reason. Then we'll lay that whole thing to rest. But every time Gibson denies it, then, you have Mike Jabateh now coming. You have other witnesses coming. So Gibson, Jabateh is here. Confront the man with his evidence. Thank you.
Fagon, waiting for you, Fagon.
I speak when I'm spoken to. Anyways,
Tabata. They feel Tabata.
Gibson,
I speak when I spoken
don't
to.
get
You
angry.
can interrupt everybody. You say you speak when you spoken to.
You want show to that or you want circus?
But man, we can have fun to that.
When you don't have a circus.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, that's your time. Give me my
will speak.
your time.
I speak when I spoken to.
You eating into my time. Gibson, every sedition that comes on this platform recognizes you as a sedition. There has never been a sedition that have come here. And I want to say to Mo, I don't remember where
Gibson Mike Jabateh, who the sedition that came here and say I was sedition.
being a sedition. Hold on.
No, but you can't say every sedition.
Well, you cannot interrupt the man. Gibson, you kind of strange today. Gibson, you're acting strange. You're acting strange, Gibson.
I know that you are
making a thing about me, okay? You're making a thing about me. It's not about me.
But
Gibson,
you
have
never denied being a sedition. You did not deny. The only thing you denied was you told Wozi I was a member but not chairman.
Fagon, we're not hearing you.
How can you not hear me?
I never said that. Stop lying. I never said that to Wozi. I never said that, please.
But Gibson, you have never denied.
You don't have integrity. So you keep lying? Why? Why you keep lying?
That's why we're hearing Fagon clear.
Did I ever tell Wozi that?
Gibson, have you ever denied being a sedition?
I'm a sedition, but I'm not chairman.
Gibson, big brother Gibson, that Fagon speak. We'll come to you,
Today
big
we'll
brother.
lay the issue to rest. Have you ever denied being a sedition? Have you ever denied it? You are a political, influential person. And since 2005, you won't tell me you were languishing in oblivion and you didn't have a party or support? When was the last time you Gibson ever denied being a sedition? That's my point with you. When was the last time you ever denied that I have never been a sedition? So let's leave the story. I was a sedition. And I play my role as a sedition. And by the way, I don't take Mike Jabateh's statement to be an insult. You know why? If a deputy minister must leave the table with the Minister of State to come to the gate and play the role of a sedition, a deputy minister, and a security to allow the man like the late Christmas Sally. You know him. He left the U.S. Army and put placard on himself. He donned the streets of Monrovia with placard. He went from market to market proclaiming the gospel of the CDC. Mike Jabateh left everything he was doing. They call him cow meat sedition. He was mocked. He was reduced to public ridicule. Such two astute stalwarts of the party should come to the gate of a deputy minister and be denied. I had to step in. And when I stepped in, I did not do so as a deputy minister. I did so as a sedition and a security. So when he said Eugene Fagon serve as security, was I supposed to open the gate for them? Was that my job? Was that my premises? Was that my home? So I don't see it as an insult. What I see is a man expressing his anger that I was treated this way. In the process, one of my friends died for the same party, but we were standing outside in the hot sun. Fagon saw us from upstairs and said, "What are they doing upside?" And what was the response? They're not supposed to come in here.
You good, oh? You good. You are spinning your story.
So at the end of the day, tell me, no, don't cut me off. Tell me, Dr. Frazier, tell me, as a seditious, when Sally today has left 2 children behind, his wife is gone. He died from a heart problem. If you like, call it broken heart. Who did not call Mike Jabateh cow meat sedition? Who? They disgrace him. They made a mockery of him. They ridiculed him. But he was standing outside the gates along with Wenseli. I opened the gate. I went and brought them in. I took them to the Palawa house. I offered them soft drink and water. So I take no offense to a man who gave up everything for a party, who betrayed him and treated him like an animal. Yes, a deputy minister had to be a security for McGill in order for stewards of the party to enter the fence. And let me conclude by saying this. There are so many seditions who have similar stories like Mike Jabateh and Wenseli. A lady spoke to me today. The Akaras grade Ronnie used to use for Mercedes-Benz. She looked at him and the others and gave them $1,000 US when she could afford.
All right. Yeah, right.
And they ate. Since they got elected into office, she have never seen them or ever talked to them to say, come and give her anything. She has been languishing in poverty. The only person that has stepped by her has been Sir Joseph. So again, right now, the reason why I'm on the show late today, and permit me 30 seconds, Mr. Witherspoon, credible reports I have been investigating all along, but I have to keep you in the dark. Are you aware that every night when we come on at 8 o'clock in the night, both Lone Star and Orange have been informed to reduce the strength of the internet?
Eugene.
Just getting our people, our getting needs and all.
Eugene, no, Eugene.
Was the one? I come in. Let me finish it. My dreams don't waste time. Jefferson County passed that order, or else he would do the unthinkable to them. They have been doing that for the past 3 weeks. And today, he passed another order. And I want to send a warning to Jason. Jason, the IT man at Orange. If you don't know your constitution, read Article 15C that Prince read yesterday. When we charge you, perhaps you will not go to jail for less than 50 years. I want to sound a warning to you. This is a revolution that is peaceful. For you to be taking orders to reduce the strength of the internet and deny again our people access to information is a crime. And we will not spare you people. The investigation will produce, the evidence will be there, and I'm calling your name again, Jesse. When called upon, tell them, I will not break the law. You guys can come and do it yourself. That is what they have been doing to the internet, and the facts are there. I call on the US government, the EU, the AU, and others to again look at some of these issues and know that our elections is not free and fair from the get-go. A lot of things are happening. We're not happy about it. We keep calling out the people, but nobody is doing anything. So I respectfully submit by saying to Mike Jabateh, welcome on board the train. Do your work and redeem the Liberian people. You will go down as a hero and you will be rewarded by the people one day. You have done an excellent job. Congratulations.
Yeah, go more. 1 minute quickly. You know, what Fagon just talked about, that's a more serious issue than, you know, who was part of CDC or was not part of CDC. I've been noticing this thing between 8 to 11.
11:30.
Eh? The internet will be just like that. It just fluctuates. I'm even surprised I'm on tonight. Last night I tried by every means, no way. It just fluctuating, and I've been observing it, but I thought initially my internet modem had an issue, or it was the phone.
No.
Until this morning.
No.
When I saw people posting that my one internet doing like this from 8 to 11:30, then I saw the post from other people. Then I call other people. They say, yeah, well, I also been observing it, and I've been thinking what was going on. That the internet will only fluctuate. In fact, in the night, the internet is supposed to be good.
You see the numbers now? It's 4,000. That's why I concluded the investigation. People cannot get us right now. Or else if they could, Mike Jabateh is on. You're talking about 8,000 people.
So there is a serious issue. The internet will just fluctuate. It will go on, come back on. I mean, goes off, comes on, goes off, comes on.
Let me say this. Let me say this. Let me say this. But all Liberians, listen. Joe Weah can go up. He can come down. He can go under the ocean. He can get in the submersible and go look for Titanic. He can go left and right. Joe Weah will not be president past the time given to him. Joe Weah can call the Israeli people to come and shut down the network. And they advise you, your first mission, Mr. President, is to shut down Spoon FM. Your first assignment, if you want us to help you, shut down that Spoon FM. Guys, these guys will have the reward. Today, we are on radio station in Bon County, in Nima County, in Lofa County, and we are adding more. Today, the people listening to us know what Mike Jabateh is. People all around. The message will be preached, and the hearer will hear. Joe Weah cannot stop. He like Joe Weah like he can call Mark Zuckerberg. They can go up to Peabody Court. They can call Arthur Johnson. They can go up to the Supreme Court. Whatever the case may be, my man. What Samuel Cato didn't do, what Charles Taylor didn't do, what Marasani didn't do. Joe Weah they can go up and down. Samuel Twice say he gave current to Ivory Coast. What kind of nonsense is that? Because no rainy season in the country, Samuel Twice lying to the Liberian people that he gave current to Ivory Coast. I mean, this is very, very, and you get Joe Weah there saying periodization. That's why the people are laughing at him. Because everything Samuel Twice telling he believe it. And let me say that, let's forget about who was Sedisha and who not Sedisha. You know, we just spoken for here with Gibson. But let's talk about the issue that Mike Jabateh have gone into Bopolu, in Cape Man. He gone to bombing. And look at the hospital today. Let's talk about this issue. Look, let Mike Jabateh here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm at the Emery Hospital in Bapolo County. There is the Emery Hospital. Check there. See for yourself. Look there. But the hospitals is still closed. Send the delegate to the mosque. Excuse me, the hospitals. Nothing is functioning here yet until we can see what's going to happen. So thanks to the president for the level of hard work. But up to this time, the hospital is now open. It's still closed. There's no work going on. You see here, you see? Emery Hospital, Liberia. So thank you so much. I'm staying in Bopolo City. Bye-bye.
You understand that the lie. When we had our brother Kennedy here, he said people are working to the hospital from Bopolo for Leno. You guys remember, right? Paul Kennedy is my friend. He said doctors there in the hospital. Mike, when were you at the hospital, Mike Jabateh? When were you at that hospital? We didn't hear you, Mike. When were you at the hospital?
I said 4 days ago I was there.
When we had Paul Kennedy on the show.
4 days ago.
Leonard,
I was there.
We got Leonard Mayer. Mike is
right
standing in front of the hospital, no one car. Maybe it's also ghosts in the building. That's the reason why
you're talking about 4 days ago. Yesterday, I was in a debate on OKFM with the CDC campaign spokesman, Councillor Kanyo. Voilà. And he was there. We built a hospital, the Emirate Hospital in Bapolo. So I told him, there is a difference between a hospital and a building. Anywhere can be a hospital. That is just a building that is there. Period. The place that is functional where they perform hospital thing there. You go there, there are doctors, there are equipment, there are beds and everything, and it's functioning as a hospital. A building does not just qualify as a hospital. I can do my little apartment, make it as a clinic. It's a clinic or stay in place, whatever it is. That is not a hospital yet. It is just a building.
Yeah, but let allow the people that are on the radio then to listen to Max speaking. We'll go to Prince Maxwell after this. Because it was Prince Maxwell guy. It was Prince Maxwell guy that came on the show and told us, say, the people are working in the hospital.
He did
and
not
we're
say
going to call that clip. Maxwell, I know how to make people eat their own words. He said, we have doctors in our hospital. Nelson, can you cut it when Paul Kennedy appeared on the show? And let's give it back to Maxwell tonight. But folks, imagine, Josh Manor, we are celebrating a building. No equipment, no medication, no nurses, no doctors, just an empty building. And thank God for Mike Jabateh. He went there. Next time he will try to enter that place. Only one motorbike. So all the doctors that are working there, only one motorbike they're using. All the patients, all the nurses. So let's
no ambulance.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm at the Emirate Hospital in Bapolo County. There is the Emirate Hospital. Check that. See for yourself. Look there. But the hospitals is still closed. Send the dedicated most. Excuse me, the hospitals. Nothing is functioning here yet until we can see what's going to happen. So thanks to the president for the level of hard work. But up to this time, the hospital is not open. It's still closed. There's no work going on. So you see here, you see, Emirate Hospital, Labiro. So thank you so much. I'm staying in Bapolo City. Bye-bye.
It's a disgrace, man. Prince, go ahead, talk to us.
I'm waiting for your clip.
Talk to us,
First
Prince.
and foremost,
I need to leave. Excuse me.
Okay, you need to leave. I got the information you sent. Again, they will call you tomorrow in the morning.
Jabateh, don't leave. Let me say what I have to say.
Before you leave,
I want to be back.
Say something to us real quick before you leave.
And you know why I want to leave? Because I'm traveling to Ravensburg tonight. I'm around the Low Fabrice area because there's a network there. It is getting late here. I'm traveling tonight to go and meet the people because tomorrow is Friday. We have so many women's group that will endorse Ambassador Joseph Baka tomorrow. 2,000 women. So that's why I'm traveling. And just pray for me. And I know Allah is on my side. I'm protected. And when you enter Bapolo County, you will know that how our people are suffering. When you go to Grand Cape County, the moment you're eating food, you will see more than 15 children looking at you. It's too sad for our country. And I call it all the United Partisan. And I'm a United Partisan now. And I will have to work as a team to redeem Mama Liberia from the hands of the gangsters. These guys, they are not in the interest of this country. And nobody going to tell me, say, because Baka called me, Ambassador Baka called me. No, Kun did not call me. Baka did not call me. It was the citizens themselves that told me to endorse Ambassador Joseph Baka. And it's not coming. You're not going to take the full place. You're not going to get a 5% or 1% vote in Bapolo County. Because nobody know you. You have no Bible yet. But I'm fooling you. I think it's better now for the Senate committee to join Joseph Baka. I've traveled a lot. By next week Friday, I'll be in Nima County. I'll be in my hometown. I'm going to visit where I play by English, Sound play, Lole, Camp play. That's my hometown there. I'm going to visit that district to talk to our people. Although Jeremiah Queen is there. For the entire Western Belt, we will secure the Western Belt for Ambassador Joseph Baka. And you're going to see the result. That's why I left my family. 10 days now, I'm in the jungle, continuing around educating our people, getting our people that Joseph Baka is the only man that can rescue this country. So thank you. I always send my mobile money number to you, Brother Spoon. Brother Spoon, I respect you for what you did for our imams, for what you did for our Islamic community. And I will protect you. I like you long life. You're a very nice person. and I will never be ungrateful to you. I say to Gibson Jero, tell the people the truth that you were once a sedition, you recruited me before. And thank you so much. And I say to you, bye bye.
Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you.
Have a safe trip. Be careful out there.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful, please. All right, so that's the voice of Mike Jabateh. Let's take this thing home. Prince, you are speaking. Let's try to wrap this thing up, man. Let's wrap this thing up. This is very, very interesting. You're doing extremely well.
There's a lot to unwrap as it pertains to Jabateh and Jabateh's assertion. First and foremost, Jabateh's democratic right to speak his mind and to spew whatever he needs to spew. Number one, I would just categorically state this. Number one, Jabateh absolutely, I will use this word. I don't think I'll use it on anyone else, but because of he said he's on the ground, so I will use this word. Jabateh lied. He lied when he said that Dr. Moniba is nowhere to be seen in Bapolu County. That's a lie. It's a big L lie. First and foremost, Paul Kennedy, who is our senatorial candidate, is in Bapolu, and he's been campaigning vigorously in Bapolu. He was just recently on the show. He's stated everything very, very clearly. So the fact that he will even say that contradicts everything that he's saying. Unfortunately, people like Jabateh, we just have to take his word with a grain of salt as best as possible. Unfortunately. On the other end is that he's sitting there and coercing the people with beggar rights and copper rights and say they're searching for, they're jumping around everything else. Is that campaigning? That's coercion. That's what they call coercion over there. It's broad daylight coercion. So nobody can even believe in the first place. So let him keep going. I'm getting credible information that this particular hospital being discussed here right now is in functionable status. However, him being there at that present time where no function was ongoing is something up for discussion. That I can talk about, right? But to say the hospital is now functioning, nothing is going on, I think that there are more to that than just Jabateh's word. So I'm not going to take Jabateh's word for that. I'm have to take hard evidence when it comes to that. The only thing I can say is that President Weah has performed very, very poorly when it comes to the healthcare system. And that's the reason why Dr. Moniba is seeking to replace him completely. Also, let's come back to the issue of Dr. Moniba's education. What I have realized here is that every time the issue of Dr. Moniba's education is spoken about, no one seems to talk about his 2 master's degree. Everybody seems to be running for his PhD degree. So I will put this challenge to you, Stanton. You are in the United States of America. And whoever else is in the United States of America, please call Harvard University or any other university you know of in the US, right? And ask them about a PhD in rhetoric. I can give you a university right now, and I can tell everybody as a librarian to go there and check the university site. It's called the Carnegie Mellon University. Go to the Carnegie Mellon University site and read what a PhD in rhetoric entails. And then come back. Stanton, that's your challenge. You are a puppet.
So I get nothing to do. I'm going to look for what
transparency. No, you like transparency. Stanton, it's a challenge to you. You like transparency. You want people to know. You want people to know what Dr. PhD means. So you have to understand. So like Brempo will hold you accountable to provide evidence to what PhD
we'll get back to the issue.
And you need to come back to that. So that's it. My last thing is this. My last thing right now is that before the Gonlo team decide to even come up with an attack against Dr. Moniba or Lino, they should first go to think about the many controversial statements and the lack of legal judicial progress that Gonlo has on his file in Liberia. It's all on it. You can find it. It's cheap information. It's just so cheap. Gonlo has nothing to prove when it comes to any legal progress in the country. And we all know that he's been very, very critical. That's the reason why within the progressive, he's been sidelined. That's the reason why he's being put on the side completely. So if anybody wants to take a cheap shot, a cheap critical propaganda garbage shot at Dr. Moniba, be careful with that, because it now will come after you. I got a record and I got the information.
Thank you very much, Prince Gibson. Thank you very much, Prince Gibson Maxwell. We appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Let's go to our brother.
Thank you very much. You know, I keep laughing because there are some things I just laugh at. First of all, I got three things to say. I actually want to talk about the campaigning process involving rice. I'm not a fan of giving people rice for campaign. We have been advocating against using rice to cajole people to vote for people. You can go and educate them about the things that will better their life, but I'm not a fan about dividing cups of rice and taking it as a genuine campaign thing. So we can. I will be willing to discuss that. The hospital thing, like Prince said, that hospital picture. Franson, let me know if you want to send any of your reporter. I'll be interested to sponsor them to go to come back, so we can get a fight and not just from Mike Jabateh. So the other thing I want to say before I go to the meeting.
Let me interrupt you real quick. I just placed a call. Somebody is in Bopolu. They will confirm whether the hospital open. They should be there live for them to do a live video.
Okay, that would be great.
Okay?
That would be great.
Because you are correct. Personally, we have built a place, but it's a functioning. Paul Kennedy came and said yes. Doctors are in there. Mike Jabateh saying no. So that Spoon herself will be there tomorrow. And we will see clear whether the hospital is functioning.
Thank you very much. Look, Stanton, let me tell you something. I went against Costa and his regiment. They came after me because I went against him. I went against Dara Dillon for his frivolous comments, just as Dara Dillon, Costa, and their regiment came after me. Now I'm criticizing Joseph Boakai, so I have Joseph Boakai regiment, I have a Costa regiment, I have Dara Dillon regiment coming after me. This lies about me is continuously happening because when I go after them for the wrong things to do, for the wrong things they are not, they tend to associate me with something so as to use it to silence me. You cannot silence me. Mike Jabateh came here to lie. This is a man who say I hate corruption, and that's true. He's a man say I hate bribery, and that's true. I've suspended reporters in my newsroom for taking cattle. But he comes here and say Ellen Johnson gave me money on Kerry Street, and I wrote article in favor of Ellen Johnson Sally. But there's another article I wrote that he doesn't have. He have the copy somewhere. He can look. Let me tell you something. Mike Jabateh can lie from now to Judgment Day. He and I had the same talk before when he was defending Costa because I was criticizing Costa. And he came after me and he said all kinds of things. I'm not afraid of people coming after me. I'm used to it. Okay? When you are a sedition, there are few things that if you are a member of a party, there are few things that you need to do before you can be considered a member. One, you must have contributed money to the party. Two, you must have received money from the party. Two, you must have registered with the party. Four, you must have campaigned for the party. And people will be able to visibly know you. So at any point of my life, have I received any money from CDC? Negative. Have I spent money on CDC? Negative. Have I ever? He went on my page to look for evidence of me praising George Weah or praising CDC. Up to now, Fagon had not brought a single evidence yet.
No, I didn't go there because I knew who you were.
You going there? You brought some articles.
Why you
brought some articles that don't match. Stop interrupting me. Stop interrupting me. I will do that to you. If you keep doing that, I will do that to you. I can promise.
No, but don't lie on me.
Stop interrupting me.
Do not lie on me.
Yes, you brought stuff and Stanton put it up, and we discussed that. You brought things from. So let me continue. So you go on my page, Stanton. Can you please stop me?
I mean, you guys are equal, but no party, man. You're equal.
Okay, no problem.
But how you force me to know you, Gibson? I knew you in 2005.
I need people to go on my page. That's the best way to know if you are a sedition. You go on the person page and you see praises to George Weah highlighting CDC, highlighting Joshua development program, highlighting Joshua speeches, and all of
But
that.
thank you,
Go
Dan.
on my page. If you see
Thank
that,
you.
no, don't say thank you. The man interrupted me, give me 1 more minute because everybody talk for 4 or 5 minutes. I'm just talking now. You start. You see. So you want people to accuse me and you just leave me like that or what? Don't do that kind of thing to me. So I am not a sedition. I have never went to CDC to register as a member. I have never spent a dime on CDC. I have never received a dime from CDC. I have never campaigned for CDC. I have never done anything that shows that I'm a sedition. And people come and they're trying to use it to think they can silence me. You have more to do because I will never be silenced. This is why I'm behind Councilor Gonglo, and this is the first time in my life I've ever declared a support for a political figure. Councilor Gonglo is the first person in my life. I've been news editor. I've been managing editor. The time Mike Jabateh was talking about.
Okay, let's be sure and let's go on.
I was already a managing editor.
We got Mo Ali. Thank you very much, Brother Gibson. Mo Ali, information reaching us when President Samuel Eto'o and them all went to Ivory Coast. There's a reason why Samuel Eto'o said we are paying.
So if anybody is telling anybody that I'm a sedition,
right?
you have to bring evidence.
There's a reason why Samuel Eto'o said they are giving the Ivorians electricity. You know, when we on Spoon Talk, the people can send us information. When George Bernard Weah went to the Ivorians independent program, they begged the Ivorians government to erase the 9 million electricity bill they were owing, Liberia were owing Ivory Coast. Samuel Eto'o didn't pay that. They begged to erase. But the message the Ivorian government gave the president, Samuel Eto'o, said, no, that's a private entity from the French government. We no longer own. And Samuel Eto'o know what I'm saying, because this story is coming up and we'll reveal it by document. They said we no longer own that company. It belongs to another company from France. So therefore, we cannot make that decision. President Weah and Samuel Eto'o begged. But then they lied to the Liberian people. They were going to use the money to pay the Ivorians because they wanted the Ivorians to clear that 0 banners and they would take that $9 million to use it personally. Something will shock you. We are getting the home. Fagon borrow us his drone. And we are getting Samuel Eto'o homes in Ivory Coast. Amen. People will say this to Maxwell. Spoon Talk is wildly watched. People from Ivory Coast now, where they know Samuel Eto'o get his property, his home, so they're sending us the picture. Samuel Eto'o home, his houses, his compound in Ivory Coast. And when we talk about these things, the government get angry. The government get angry because there are bad people in the government. There are very dangerous people in the government. You know, we'll sit there and say, Gibson as sedition, will laugh. So what? Everybody have their affiliation. But the issue here is that President Weah and Samuel Eto'o, they continue to harm and destroy our country for their own personal glory and enjoyment. And this was that. Listen to what Fagon said. From 4 p.m. to 11:30 p.m., the temple, they want to reduce the strength of the internet because they don't want you to hear it. So when Mo Ali and other people say Yeka Koluba, they're going to the courthouse tomorrow to stand in solidarity with Spoon, imagine, this is bad for our country. When George Weah, when would this dictator leave? When would this dictator go? So Mo, there you have it, my man. I will send you this picture. We will post Samuel Eto'o home's picture up. We'll put a document that when I want to beg to erase the $9 million, and the Ivory Coast said, no, the company does not belong to us. We will not do no such thing. And Samuel Eto'o is going around lying to Liberians that they gave him Ivory Coast current. Amen. Mo Ali, why we find ourselves in this position, my brother? We will go to Mo Adi, Dr. Richardson will speak, Prince Maxwell, and we'll wrap this thing because we got to take questions. Mo, you want to go? Are you clear?
Yeah, definitely. Let me see. Yesterday I said something. The CDC, as the CDC was premised online, and so at every point of the existence of the CDC, particularly the founding members and those who joined them sometimes back, they have to lie about everything. You even get current in Liberia correct. The country will not get current in the correct. They say it's selling current to Ivory Coast. When they did a trans-border current thing, the source of our current is from Ivory Coast. It can't get from here, go to Sierra Leone, and go to Guinea. It's the same way they now lie about wax thing. The reason why we're getting information was result now or today because the government pay the money here. That thing what we are passing all around with. They pay wax fee. It's the same thing. Samuel 12 is so brave in lying. Who's gonna buy that thing? More person not get correct. The current reaching all over. People ain't get lipo. Then you say he's selling current.
Let me, Mo, I beg you. I know you in flat. Let me ask you, Mo. I beg you. Do you think it's a good idea for CDC to put up Samuel 12? As bad as he is.
I mean, let me tell you something.
For the CDC themselves, do you think it's a better idea, though? Are they making that smart move?
George Weah believes that Samuel 12 is the most apt intellectual person in Liberia. He believes that Samuel 12 intellectual prowess cannot be matched by any other Liberian. That is his belief. Because Samuel 12 can stand and be lying and be doing, and I've been knowing Samuel 12 from the UL day. You saw the man on that video when he was talking about the current. He jumping from one place to another. All that thing they're talking, we're selling current to Arico now because our water plenty now. Arico no water finish. La la. Arico, Liberia, Sierra Leone, all get the same rain season. Their season are different from our own. When rain season here, rain season in Arico, rain season in Sierra Leone. We even rain season in Guinea too. Maybe we'll get more downpour or rain than them. But how can is it that they people there, when all get dry season, they can be sending all current, then rain season, then I wouldn't want sending their current and when it rainy there too. Or climate change now carried out in the rain season. Samuel 12 would lie about everything. But the man lie about 25 million. He said we needed to do more, or he said he was holding the money and carrying it to the money changer then. He carried 5,000 out to the other money changer. He bought 5,000 out liberty from them. You know what he said? He said we distributed it to money changer.
He took the money to Ivory Coast.
Eh?
He took the money to Ivory Coast.
Oh, you hear the story about the how the man did the mobile exercise? He said they distributed the money to the forest bureau. They men who can sit down on the street to change money. That 25 million that didn't want the take on, they carry to the other person. They say, my man, we'll give you 5,000, buy some US Liberian dollar and give it to us because we want to reduce the volume of Liberian dollar in circulation. Instead of how they did it mop up. And I made the whole country to go in noise. The same thing is doing that.
Thank you.
I want like but in second shank correct. Then he say we're selling current to Ivory Coast.
He's a bloody liar. Let's get Dr. Richardson. Dr. Richardson, I don't want to go there, but you guys having your program tomorrow, the 18th. I wish CPP well. But Mike Jabateh said there is no one billboard in Buffalo, Bombay, and all the other places. And he's asking Mr. Cummings, as we can announce, he has received $3 million to distribute it and kick and put his campaign in gear. So all your folks are now celebrating because $3 million is that.
Today, Mariah bluffing all over on Facebook. Who continue full of t-shirt.
So Dr. Richardson, Cummings is getting in gear now. Maybe we'll see more activities.
Thank you. Thank you for highlighting the program tomorrow. I just looked at an announcement. We're going to be having a press conference tomorrow to announce the campaign team, and that is going to be at 2 o'clock, 19th Street, Stinker. So, all of you guys who support the Liberia to make Liberia a deserving place, be there. So I'm hearing background noise. Somebody mute themselves. Just be there. But
sorry, now you are laughing. That's not gonna come here laughing. The person see I will go against him current and Liberia Christmas like current the one.
I got a question for you, Mo, and Mr. Falcon. And then I think you asked me a question about, the fact that Mike Jabateh was here. I don't know what to make of his story. So, I was wondering if you got a special section on the train for flip-floppers. So I will leave it at that. I will just
section for everybody.
Okay, good. I was just thinking, I said, oh my goodness, there's a special section that needs to be created for flip-floppers. But so that's my response to you about the hospital.
We need a special section for flip-floppers. We really need it.
And also, and Fagon said they get section for 7%ers.
Okay.
No, Fagon say that you misquoting him.
That Uncle Rescue flip-flopper.
No, Fagon will be the president for flip-flopper association.
Nelson, come let's take some phone calls.
The first flip-flopper.
I thought I was speaking before the phone call.
Challenging Dr.
Mr.
Cummins.
No, come on now.
Mr.
Come on, let me
Cummins was
talk
the one
for
that
phone
put
call.
JMB hand up in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You never heard that story before?
I heard it.
Was it not Mr. Cummins that put JMB hand up and said,
but he did not criticize
I will
him.
support you?
You can call the man.
No, Yahweh.
No, they're not called flip-flopping. The flip-flopping is you insult the man. You insult the man, you call him fraud, you call him all kinds of names, and you come and support him.
You can Johnson hair will grow on your head. Everybody know it to be a sedition. Womi.
Eugene, you are the president of the flip-floppers.
I try not to talk about JMP today, but you want to
about JMP.
I said now you're JMP that told you.
Was that Cummins that put JMP hand up?
I said now you're JMP that
told you. Put a man hand up. That's the right thing to do. If you put a man hand up,
that put a contract down on JMP in Atlanta.
It's not flip-flopping. But insulting the person is coming back to the president.
Let people talk, yeah.
For all these many years.
Insulting JMB and coming back to support JMB is what we call flip-flopping.
And that's why
you visceralize JMB, you call him criminal, you call him living man dead, you call him education fraud. He's the best.
You say that right here. You make it fun out of Gongo. You say Gongo we listening to?
You say what my friend ambassador?
You're not in the class of Gongo. Don't talk
about
it. You can only be what you are. You can only be what you are. I always say I respect my man Moari, even though we can clash. But he's not a flip-flopper like you. Just negative things about people and come back and praise them.
You live within the CDC domain.
Yeah, okay, I agree. I have CDC.
Everything you did was CDC. Yeah,
I agree. CDC, no problem. But you are a big flip-flopper and you don't even have a direction in your life.
At the end of the day, you're a flip-flopper.
A flip-flopper. The man is the president of the Liberian politics flip-floppers.
And you are the president of the former
very incoherent, very incoherent, very indecisive.
That's it. The chairman of the North Dakota chapter.
You want to compare yourself with Congo? Are you kidding me? You don't even get one associate degree, one compare yourself with Congo. You can't lie to the people.
You Congo from there. You look at that picture.
You don't call Gongo knee. You don't call Gongo knee. I didn't call Gongo knee.
Hey, don't call Gongo knee. Me and you.
No, I didn't call Gongo. But you myself, I'm far better than you.
Your chapter paid me 400.
I'm more educated than you.
They sent 400. They sent 400 to me.
To who?
2017.
Who?
They gave me man.
400 to me. I
You
gave
said
my
me?
good money. I beg you.
This citizen? I already
You're not lying
about
again.
20.
Me, you first of all, you must are not friendly because I'll criticize you for your nonsense you were talking on the radio.
Okay, let's go.
What time? What time?
Yeah, Fagon.
That man, this citizen,
the
that
original
will
leader
work with
man.
him.
He's one of the lowest individuals on this platform. He's still educated,
Jesse,
the flip flopper,
turn
and
around. No, Jesse, turn around to the people.
Compare yourself to any of us on this
Turn around,
platform.
speak. Say me and Fagon, your people do a quick vote. Who's better?
I'm not going to do votes.
No,
My group
say
vote,
it.
your son made decisions. They don't before they start thinking. I'm not going to do
Say
no
it with your
votes.
mouth.
I'm saying, Fagon, I'm better than you in every capacity.
No, Jesse.
I'm not living with women. I'm not full associate.
No, Jesse.
Let's start now. We got to who's better? You can be just talking.
No, they're not talking.
Okay,
Jesse.
no, I just want to tell him, man. You're not even so being our mate. The man is the lowest individual on this platform. All the audience, we are more educated than him.
Talking too much.
And good thing too, I can employ him to pay him $25 a month. And he will
me and Fagon, who's better? Open your mouth and talk. The people will vote. I dare you to open your mouth.
You got a bunch of crazy people that will be supporting you. I don't get time for crazy.
You cussing now?
I said your supporters, they are crazy. Your supporters, they are crazy.
Bring your own supporter.
Okay, you're finished? Yeah, thank you.
Tell your supporter to vote. Me and Gibson, who better Liberian people? Me and you, open your mouth, put a vote there. If you even get 2 votes, then...
Okay, you win. You win me in a vote. You win me in a vote. But I can...
Intellectually, you're not my equal. Serious? You met Bima? You know people there? Call
you live in America, you go for it.
Nelson, my goodness.
Yeah. Are you guys done? Are we taking calls or you done?
I don't even know where did the CEO go because these people they just.
So you're taking calls.
Yes, we're taking call. We're taking call.
Yo,
can you open the phone line? I don't know. My internet just went off just now.
Now it's time for you. You're colorful.
No. Seriously, my internet went off. Seriously, everything went off. I don't know, but I don't know what between you and this. If I go do you're too responsible, man.
Nothing. That meant I'm beginning. Nothing.
All right, so let's go ahead. Nelson, open the phone line. Let's talk about the issue. Something happened with Mo Ali internet too. It just went off the internet. Every day we say the same thing over and over. The internet is just not good. So go ahead, Nelson. Open the phone line. Bring up calls. Somebody says, CEO, I'm the first person that called you. Please bring me on. Then when I went back to look for the person in Dr. Richard said, I can't find them.
Okay.
Hello?
So the numbers are on the screen already.
Hello? Hello? Yes?
Hello?
Yes?
Sensei?
You're on the show, Mama. Make your point.
Oh, okay. Yes, I just wanted to say something though. Gibson and Fagon argue on the show, and that is just so disgusting. And Mr. Jesse, you guys are the highest person in the room, and in order for them using all those arguments because somebody call you a seditian. There's nothing wrong with you being a seditian. Everybody.
No, get a woman chance now. Get a woman chance. Let she make her point. All right, I'm going to mute everybody. Let the callers call, please. Go ahead, my sister.
Yes, going ahead talking about living with women. That is just so beneath. You're supposed to be like the highest person. You to be the lowest person. You going there low because they're messing with you for being a seditian. It's disgusting. And that you shouldn't be doing that on the show. Thank you, Spencer.
Thank you very much. Let me take another one. Good evening, my friend.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes.
My name is James, and I'm calling from Oakwood, Darby, Pennsylvania.
Talk to us.
Good. I understand in the budget that the president gets $150 million a year for his presidential projects. and he's been there for about 5 years now. It's almost $1 billion. What does he have to show for that amount of money he's been getting?
My brother, that's a good question. If you do the calculation, you're 100% right. The president for 6 years is $800 million. What can the president show? We'll wait for him. We'll wait for the president to tell us what he can show. But you can see it though. You see the life of Liberians on the street. You see the Jamaica resort. You see things that are happening under the president. And that should tell you exactly how the president is spending his money. But that's a good concern, and we appreciate you, sir.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. Let me take this person. Good evening, my friend. Your name, where are you calling from?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Charles Wagner, call from Providence.
Talk to us, Charlie.
I got a question for Mr. Gibson Jerome. Following the show, it was a great show. Mike Jabateh appearance on the show. There was an allegation made by Mike Jabateh, and Mr. Gibson did not speak to it. Jabateh said he was recruited to go on the phone line to fight with Lord by Mr. Gibson. Can you please speak to that? Thank you.
All right, so let me correct you. Mike Jabateh said he was recruited as a reporter or journalist to go on the front line.
He said it. Mike said it.
Listen
now.
now. Listen, brother, go back and watch it again, okay? Not to fight, but he was embedded with the guys on the front line and giving the news because they were working at the newspaper, okay? Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's take this one. Good evening.
Yeah, how you doing, Stance Ojuku? How are you?
Ojuku, talk to us.
Firstly, I just want to say you did not get back to us on the EBS wife number for the cash out. You didn't send it yet. We have not seen it. And then I don't know what you said you were working on some modality, so I don't know how far you gone with that. Then before I go to today's show was very good. Even though some of us we are still standing by our own thought that we still want our brother to be on a receivership, because none of these guys, they are very serious for our country. They are all doing local Gibson then. Only our father on the show, Gibson, they are not even fit to tell them put the truth. They still denying what they did with Labram people when everybody Woozy said it, you just said it, and now Jabateh saying it. And he can't come out even to tell the Labram people that dishonesty in this guy. This is the reason some of us we are saying Labram you come on a receivership, our constitution should be rewritten, and we give the people mandate. But I still want you to please place the number for the lady so that we can see how we can chip in something because she ready to help. And I think touched me when I heard that 5-year-old boy saying. But these are the dishonesty we are talking about this guy, and they should not get in power. We should put that country into a foreigner hand and let we be tough because we'll never compromise.
Thank you. So, yes, the number will not be for you alone. She will come back on the show. We'll post the number. We are working on it. We already have the Cash App, and you guys will support her. Thank you very much. Do you have someone, Nelson, or let me take this last one, then you can come in. Your name and where are you calling from, my friend?
Yep, my name is Adrian Russell. How are you today?
How you doing, Mr. Russell? Talk to us.
I am doing good. Okay, thanks for the opportunity. Listen, let me see this, right? I mean, it's not big deal if you don't see this right now. He decided to move away. Don't deny it. It's not my concern. But let me say this. Like, people should realize that nobody is going to come and save them. If you make a poor choice this election, with that 6 more years plus whatever the damage will be to recover, people shouldn't act as though we who in America and other places asking to vote for somebody else, even if not boycott, to vote for the opposition, that we still benefit something other than what they will benefit back home. We're not going to beg anybody to not vote for the government. The government has shown a willingness to not develop or do anything right. If you're enjoying the situation, continue to language in poverty.
Thank you. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead, talk to us from Liberia.
Okay, so just before I bring the caller in, for those in listening to us via radio, the number to call is 0776 918 639. So I'll take the first call. Hello, go ahead, you're live.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. My concern got to do.
Your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Christopher calling from the Tuazon here.
Okay, go ahead.
My concern had to do Mr. Papon and Jason Jeru. And those people who are the oldest on the platform, they need to be very responsible with media and Jason Jeru. You don't have to let somebody say you live for a woman. It's personal. You don't have to attack somebody personally. We do all we are wrong. This politics business when we manage, sometimes we create a lot of enemies about each other.
Thank you very much.
Have to be very responsible.
Let's hold you there.
It's very bad.
Okay, let's hold you there and take this person. Hello? Hello? Oh, okay, so we take this other call here. Hello? Yeah. Go ahead, you're live. Your name and where you call from.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead quickly. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is
Yeah, go ahead, Green. Let's hear you.
I said my name.
Okay, let's take another person. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. You're live, sir. Let's hear you.
Thank you. This is DJ Lawmaker. I care for administration broadcast on thing.
Go ahead.
Let me say thank you to Stenton and let me say thank you to our only female panelist today, Dr. Richardson. Look, this thing is just clear. The Labraco have made up their mind. Even today, you will be surprised to see Unity parties in printing their own t-shirts. So this thing here, it has shifted the other way. Only the other people, they just in the race there to just waste our time to go for second round. If I only can get much to get that job, we are going. Because today I listen to job, we are telling the Liberian people that the mansion was looted by Unity Party. And Unity Party, when they were leaving, they say, audit, or why you refuse to audit the people? Today I hear seeing 10 people say, oh, in fact, those roads that were built in the Unity Party government, it was all that put the money there. Unity Party never built no road, we didn't want to build it. Today telling the Liberian people, say you build a road.
Thank you.
Thank
you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's take this person. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead quickly. Your name and where you call from.
Yeah, my name is Clint and I'm calling from Kanta.
From Kanta, Nima County. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm concerned about the Spoon Network. We need our time to listen to Spoon. Have an issue with getting Jerry. We are not spending our money to really listen to words from Getting Jerry and Pagon. It's too elementary. Please, my brother.
Thank you.
To please give presenting after and put on the issue.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's read and take this person. Hello. Hello. Okay, we'll go back to this line to take this person here. Hello. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead quickly. You're live, sir. Your name and where you calling from.
This is the voice of the ANC District City Coordinator of Nigeria. My name is Fred B. Moses, and I call you from my comfort this evening.
Go ahead,
and let me say thank you to the CEO for the show. Tonight, let me say thanks to Dr. Richardson. I hope to see you one of these days in person. And let me say to the CEO that we will be at the court tomorrow. I will be feel my giving from my own pocket to identify with distinction to show our loyalty and commitment for the work you people are doing. Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead quickly. Your name and where you call from.
My name is Matthew. I'm calling from the second thing.
Go ahead, Matthew.
Yeah. According to your Mr. Jeru, supporting CDC, the Spoon never not doing fair because Spoon never cover every program in that bill. They want to get produced to make photo on Spoon never like your supporting CDC.
Thank you very much. Let's take this person. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, go ahead quickly. Your name and where you call from.
Yeah, my name is James Scott and I call from Total.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. What I want to say, we spend money to monitor the show, but to see an old man that gets me, he's starting Pagon and his followers, and all of our money we spend on the show only for engagement to install us is wrong.
Thank you.
And I think Stinker and Dr. Richardson and other people who follow them on the show, they allow to install us because we one of the older person on the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's take this person. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you call from.
Musa Sharif coming from Oro.
Okay, go ahead quickly.
And the reason I call this coming election is not about unity party only. It's about Liberia. We need to rescue Liberia. Anybody from the opposition black to win the election, good for Liberia.
Okay.
But we should want features. We have come to Ottawa 10.
Thank you.
Fill all our past, our children's features to put down the drain.
Thank you.
It's not about unity party, ANC, or whoever. Anybody from the opposition black to win the election. But that was procedures. We have come to Ottawa 10.
Thank you very much. Let's take this person. Hello. Hello. Okay, this person. Hello. Oh, the line is freezing. Okay, hello.
Hello.
Yes, your name and where you come from.
Yeah, my name is Inga Padmo and I call from 24th Street.
Go ahead quickly, sir.
Yes, let me say thanks to Tonton, the CEO, and to all of the panelists. But today I'm very, very much disappointed in Gibson. And let me say it today, Gibson insulted we the Liberian people on the show. No one checked him. No one checked him today. He called us food once.
Hello, are you still there? Okay, sorry, we will have to take this person. Hello? 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 Yeah, go ahead. Can you go? Yeah, go ahead, sir. You're live.
Yeah, I went to beg my government to stop expressing their personal emotion and feeling on the land.
Okay.
They are hearing esteem. Very high esteem because national.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, we take this person. Hello, go ahead. Hello? Hello, are you there? Okay, we take this person. Hello? Hello?
Hello, are you there? Okay, we take this person. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Your name and where you call from.
My name is Simeon Bana. I'm calling from the Parliament Bell.
Go ahead quickly. Please walk away from the radio or lower the volume of the receiver. Yeah, you have to do one of the two. And then go ahead.
Yeah, let me say thank you to you guys for the job well done. Like the many callers are saying, this election is critical one and it's so precious for us. We need to do everything we can do to reduce this country. We, the youth of the nation, our future is damaged, completely destroyed. So we need to do everything and then restore this country.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello? 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 You are live now. Can you listen to your phone and just focus on it? Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, my name is Mohamed Keller and I'm calling from Gonjama Lofa County.
From Lofa County. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm actually disappointed in Jesus Gibson, Mohammed. Yeah, he should be the other person on the platform.
Okay.
We need to calm down. Actually, we need to calm down. Really.
Thank you. Are you listening via radio or you following by internet?
Yeah, I'm calling by my phone, but I'm monitoring from the internet.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear this person. Hello. Yeah, go ahead. Your name and where you call from.
My name is Maya. We got calling from
Chinese Factory. Go ahead.
We're not hearing you.
My mic was muted. Okay, yeah, it's on and my mic was muted. Yeah, go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. You're live.
Hello, my name is Maria. We got calling from Chinese Factory.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. You're live.
Your last call, please.
Because Mr. Brother in Liberia, and the key the one phone platform to you, but so we will see the country.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's it.
Should I ask
That's
you
it. Yeah, the final one, please. It's after 7.
Okay. So this final one. Hello, you are the final caller. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. The final call.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Your name?
Yes, I'm calling from New York.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yes, this is my first time coming on this show.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to advise those.
He playing something in the background. Let him turn it off.
Can you turn off the gadget that
Gibson.
you're using to monitor the program because we're getting feedback from you? Okay, sorry. We'll have to let you go.
Thank you very
sir.
much. Thank you. Thank you very much. We want to say thank you. I'm ready. I thought when I left the show, folks, and I didn't know you guys took another turn again, a year in the quarters, you know, speaking.
Can I respond to the caller?
No, Gibson, let's do our closing. We'll come to you, Gibson. Dr. Richardson, you want to go first? You're muted, Dr. Richardson.
I just wanted to say that we come here almost 6 days a week. We do our best to bring information to Liberians, and that's kind of the goal of us being here. So it's unfortunate today that you guys saw we're playing a lot, and you guys saw a different side of us. But you know, we'll fix things and come back again. So I'm sorry on behalf, not for anything that I did, but just on behalf of the network. I'm sorry. The next thing I'd like to say is I witnessed Mr. Jabateh carry rice to those beautiful, warm women today. And I think something that Mr. Jiru said, instead of giving them rice, we should, engage in voters and civic education. So thank you for saying that. And they did speak about bread and butter issues. They talked about how expensive rice is for them, and they can't really get their rice. And I encourage them. Maybe they heard from GMB, but I encourage them to explore, looking at the experience of Mr. Cummins. It is obvious to us, and I would love to be able to speak to them to tell them that Mr. Cummins has experience with working with a huge budget, and he's definitely going to make sure that he utilize our land to create an agriculture corporation where they'll be able to work and as well as get food. So, he's very interested in agriculture. He spoke to a group of farmers not long ago, and he told them definitely Liberia has a lot of land, and that's what we need to move towards making our own food. So I just want everybody to just tell everybody, thank you for coming. I thank the callers, and we will see you guys again.
Thank you, Dr. Richardson. Prince, you want to go ahead?
Yes. To Liberian people, first and foremost, let me say to you all that Spoon TV is the best network out there. And sometimes things do get passionate here because there are some unresolved issues, and we are all trying to push each other to transparency. So today is one of those days, despite the fact it's not pleasant, but it can be very, very difficult. So we hope that you all understand that politics sometimes can be very passionate. This is democracy. This is the big way people sometimes do express themselves. This is what Spoon TV is all about, opening the platform for people to have heated debate and argument, but not being disrespectful to each other. So Spoon TV, thank you once again. With that being said, I would like to reach out to our audience in Lofa County and extend a big thank you so far to Bolahum, Kolahum, Savalahum, Bolahum people who have welcomed Dr. Moniba so far. We're hearing the information in Monrovia here that there's a massive wave of young people in Lofa that is following Dr. Moniba and Madam Grace Kwan. We thank you all for welcoming him as your son. We thank you all for the things that you all have told him that you people want to see in the election. We thank the chiefs and the elders in Lofa for their hospitality so far they have shown to their son, Dr. Clarence K. Moniba, and the continuous engagement that you all have given him. So the people of Lofa, we definitely appreciate you all. to the people of Bapolu. We know fully well that Paul Kennedy is our senatorial candidate in Bapolu. We thank you all for giving him the support, and we thank you all in Bapolu for giving Dr. Clarence Moniba and Madam Grace Kpokpa your undivided attention and support as well. I'm getting information that he'll be coming your way, and he has a lot to say and a lot to offer to you all, and to every other areas that Dr. Clarence Moniba will be making stops along the way to speak to people, elderly people, young people, children, and everybody else, old moms, old pops, market women, market men, wheelbarrow boys, Yana boys. We thank you all so much, because Dr. Moniba will be coming your way very, very soon. Tomorrow, I hope that we'll have a wonderful show tomorrow, because I will be coming on the show to talk deeply about something that I discover as it pertains to Dr. Clarence Moniba's amazing healthcare policy, which I wanted to talk about today, but never really had the time. So tomorrow I'll be opening up Dr. Moniba's healthcare policy and making a comparison and contrasting that from the United Party regime policy and that of the CDC as well. Another thing I have discovered, and I would like to talk about tomorrow, will be the president's cabinet. President Weah's cabinet, his divided cabinet. And I will hope that I have the opportunity to give you a play-by-play analysis of what I have discovered through my analysis, and political pundits in Monrovia have already discovered the two groups that are within President Weah's cabinet, and the group that have damaged President Weah's legacy and President Weah's agenda, and has damaged his presidency for re-election. I will be going deeply into that, tearing into that, and I hope you come with your pen and paper, because we need to make the Liberian people aware of this. Lastly, I would like to say this. I put a challenge out there to Spoon TV, to my own network that I'm working with right now, that right now I'm a privileged panelist, and to you scholars in Monrovia and Liberia. Every time United Party regime people come here, they try to use PhD thing against Dr. Moniba in terms of rhetoric. I will say this: please go to any website and research what PhD in rhetoric means and what you have to do to have that. What they are not telling you guys is that Dr. Moniba is one of the most educated candidates in the race. He has two masters from distinguished universities. Some of the candidates even got one. That's what they are not telling you. And they want to play with words about PhD. Go and research rhetoric. If you don't know what to research, let me give you one. Please go to Carnegie Mellon University website and read for yourself what it means to have a doctorate in rhetoric, and then come back and make comment for me and for Liberian people to see. With that being said, I thank you all for the audience. Spoon TV will always remain the top dog in the business of broadcasting and democratic leveraging for Liberian people in this election. Please come every night, because you need it for you and your children's future that Dr. Moniba is trying to secure and that Dr. Moniba has planned for. Whatever you hear about Dr. Moniba out there, please take it with a grain of salt. Every day you come here, I have facts, I have evidence, and I can give it to you. Just recently, I provided Spoon TV with pictures of Dr. Moniba being in Lofa and a massive crowd of young people. I mean, voting age young people behind him in Lofa, including the older people are there. The reason why you see people attacking Dr. Moniba and Madam Grace Kpokpa right now from the United Party regime is because of fear. They fear him. They are afraid of him. And every other time they do that, I realize that the Gonglo team is also doing the same thing. And I will just simply say quickly that the Gonglo team needs to be reminded that because of the Gonglo biases and advocacy role in Liberia, Gonglo has a serious political past. And we know what that political past is. But our team has never come here to attack political candidates. We've always come here to speak about our policy for Liberian people. We know of his impartialities. We know of the level of compromise he's gone through to compromise his character and his reputation in Liberia. We know that. But that would not do us any good if we hammer on that every day. We want to talk about the policy issues. We want to talk about poverty. We want to talk about how we solve the people poverty in Liberia, how we bring water and sanitation to the people, how we extend Liberia's foreign relations and make the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Finance better. We want to tell Liberian people how Samuel 12 left to lie to Liberian people. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Gibson, can you close?
You know, I'm so happy that these people try to get under my skin, but it looks like I'm getting under their skin more. I think I need to do more of that. They fear me. They want me out of this program, this platform. And I'm not leaving until you say I'm gonna leave. As soon as I'm not leaving nowhere. So let the people suffer themselves. Oh, get him. I am not going to apologize for crazy people that support Fagon. I am going to hammer that every time it is true, because when you see people who are flip-floppers, I've been fought on the internet from 2011 by flip-flopper Hussein Fadiga, flip-flopper Hassan Fadiga, flip-flopper Eugene Fagon. These people who say evil things about other people and come to beg them for position, they are flip-floppers. That's why I said that. Look, I'm not going to go give you relevance about what you say about Gonglo. People like you who speak like that know it means that you don't even know who Gonglo is. But I can tell anybody, when you talk about rule of law in Liberia, Councillor Gonglo, I continue to hammer this because this is our major problem. When we see 8 auditors being killed, including other people that go up to 13 people being killed in Liberia, without justice, it borders on rule of law. And the only person in this race who is tested to defend people's life, to speak for people, to take people out of jail, to stand for the rule of law is only Councillor Gonglo. And that's nothing we can debate about it. If you go to that battle back, if you want to vote for someone who cannot make his own decision, who got a bunch of boys around him that will be making decisions for him, and I can tell you, do not vote for him. Cast your ballot for Councillor Gonglo. Councillor Gonglo has a better chance of beating George Weah. If you want to vote for someone who travels all the world and does nothing for himself, I can tell you, vote for Councillor Gonglo. I believe that the only way our country can regain its image in the community of nations, on the international scene, respected by partners, is when we have great rule of law in our country. Prosecuting people for what they are, for the crime they commit. I don't think Baga has a fortitude to prosecute the people. So people who are indicted by the audit are the one around here. How will he prosecute them? Councillor Gonglo does not have people who are indicted by audit report around him. He doesn't get time for those things. But he will make sure the day one when he comes in the office, the first 100 days, Councillor Gonglo is going to set up a team of commissions that will look into the audit reports again and revitalize them and see and put in place a prosecutorial team that will bring people to justice, that the thousands and millions of dollars that they are stolen from the Liberia, that they pay for it. If they don't pay for it, they go to jail for it. That's what Gonglo is fighting for you for, and he has been fighting for you all along. Now money bar, what you call money bar? Forget about that man. Money bar. Now money bar been give it to you. He not fought for you for anywhere. He only been, he not even been audited. We auditing too. Money bar will be audited from his job at the Minister of State and Minister and LEC.
We welcome the audit. We welcome the audit.
Yes, we audit you. Councillor Gonglo will audit all of you who
we welcome the audit.
In governance, and you have not shown any fortitude to show the bad things you have done in government. Not just money bar. I'm not talking about money bar, no. Don't forget about money bar. I don't have time, but I can't give glory to money bar on Councillor Gonglo's name. We're talking about good human beings that can produce, that can save this country. You talk about money bar? No, forget about money bar. Let's put our bet in Gonglo. This man will prosecute even JMB. Because JMB should be accounting for the $2.5 million that they give him every year. And he will be prosecuted if he found to be investing government money. That's how we do it. So JMB not free, you're not free. The man, he been getting 2.5 million every year. Then he can't tell why he broke. Anyway, I want to say I'm not leaving, Santo. The day ready to throw me outside, just throw me outside. But for now, I resolve I'm not leaving. And these people, y'all can say anything. I think I'm getting under your skin well. And y'all continue now. I think I enjoying them myself. You know, one day they costing me some people talking about my late son, all that kind of thing. You know, the grand, all that. I enjoy it, Santo. Thank you for allowing me to get under their skin and make them look crazy. And they are going crazy in their homes everywhere. Thank you very much.
Anyone
Thank you very much, Gibson. Thank you very much, Prince
anyone who spoke
Maxwell.
of the late son was absolutely wrong. Absolutely
Thank you. I
wrong.
would
They
say
were out of
this.
line.
And I would say this, Dr. Richardson, thank you, Mo Ali, Fagon, Prince Maxwell, and our brother Gibson. All of the other panelists that couldn't make it on the show today, we want to say thanks to you guys as you watch and share the program. Tonight will be late night politics. Last night we saw Dr. Richardson on the show. I hope Prince can come in, let it begin and beat on him a little bit. It's very interesting. They beat on Dr. Richardson. But again, folks, this is the Spoon Talk.
Dr. Richardson is
y'all don't forget. This is the Spoon Talk. We go up, we come down, we remain supreme. Okay? Prophet Key said that words are meant to be used. Sometimes I disagree and sometimes I agree. All depends the words you are using. Please don't get in your feelings. It's election season. You're gonna interrupt me.
The man cost me the whole of last week because I said he's on
Thank God for him. Thank God for him. But so let me say this though. We are here to give you the message. And we ask you to make a right decision. Fagon will be Fagon. Gibson will be Gibson. And we will come on and have a wonderful show every day. My internet trip, I went off. I was wondering what happened. I called Nelson and I have to restart my computer. I will watch the show. Fagon is not mad, man. Come on. It's election season. It's going to be heated. It's going to be rough. It's going to be crazy. Because nobody want the other side to win. CDC want to win. Communists want to win. Unity Party want to win. Lennon want to win. LPP want to win. And that's the battle in the cloud. I will not favor Unity Party alone over CPP like the thing. I won't do it. Everybody will have to make their case, and I would just enjoy the drama, and Labrador would decide. The mistake people would make and say, oh, see, oh, why you not to the side? Why you not to that side? No. Fagon can talk. Gibson can talk. We ask them to be respectful. That's all we do. That's all I would do. And after the show, Fagon and myself will talk, we'll laugh. Gibson and myself will talk and laugh. No man calls, no power calls. Beat on the political leaders. Fagon will come back tomorrow for Gibson. Mike Jabateh came and said, CDC is in Gibson blood. I believe Gibson is of sedition. I believe Gibson used to ride and die with Madame Salih from country to country. I got document to that effect.
Yes.
Gibson supported Madame Salih and covered up Madame Salih on some story. I believe that Gibson, let me tell them about it. Everybody muted themselves. Why you can't beat yourself? I believe that Gibson, and we got to say the truth tonight, whether to be Superintendent Joe Ware, he gave it to him so he get vest. He and the other gentleman name. Gibson have a friend. I will call a friend name. He and that friend wanted to be Superintendent Joe Ware, getting Huawei. I believe it. Gibson fought for Joe Ware, but Joe Ware didn't believe in Gibson. Gibson recruited folks for Joe Ware. Gibson wanted to be Superintendent Granger, but so what? Even if it were true, so what? And Gibson now moved to Tewan Gonglo. Why are you beating? Because he's not saying the truth? It took forever for us to know that Fadiga was supporting Mr. Cummings. It took forever for us to know that Fagon finally came out of the closet and said, I support Joseph Boyka. You know the story about Fagon 2017. You don't pretend. But this is politics, folks. Today, Fagon supporting Boyka. Can you imagine that? Today, Gibson supporting Taiwan Gonglo today, knowing very well that he supported Bwaka. Today, Prince Maxwell supporting Dr. Clarence Moluba, knowing very well he was supporting George Weah and Madam Seti, but are the same people. So Prince, you're okay. How can Prince make a distinction between Nangbe, Eugene Lane Nangbe, and that of Amos
Samuel Twe?
And Samuel Twe.
Oh,
But
it's
let me your thought. No. Your thought, let me talk
Okay.
about. I think that's why I like
go
the
ahead,
show.
Go ahead.
How can he say Samuel Twe is a witchcraft, and the person that bringing the baby to Samuel Twe to eat that Eugene Nangbe? Come on, man, give him a break.
We'll talk it tomorrow.
Eugene, hey, your thought out quiet. Now you want to interrupt me. Samuel Twe is a witchcraft. Eugene Nangbe is a father of witches. So where you gonna put him? Eugene Nangbe's name is Diho Kawaho. But why can't all of the whole that Samuel Twe can bring it all of the whole? So you cannot say Eugene Nangbe is good and Samuel Twe is bad. I'm begging you. That John Pan always on John.
Maybe that follow the witches.
And yeah, Samuel Twe that witch and Eugene Nangbe that the father of the witches. Then who the God? Where is the God? So you just stop playing around with the people. Just tell the people the truth. Tell them the truth that we can move on. This Tabatale, leave it. Look at Dr. Richardson crying for CPP, crying for CPP. Musa Belete gone, he left CPP. He ain't get no billboard in Nimba. You talk about Musa Belete, Dr. Richardson get vexed. Election will be over. Brother and brother will sit down and drink coffee. Sister and sister will sit down, they will eat again. We will laugh again. Don't let anything get under your skin. Vote with your conscience. Vote for who you want to vote for. Today, I will tell you, Clarence Moluba will not even come 5th place in this election. But that's me saying it. Okay? That's what I believe. Today, I will tell you, Mr. Fumi will not win the election. That's me saying it. Today, I will tell you that Joseph Boakai, probably CDC will beat Joseph Boakai. That's me saying it. So don't get vexed with me. I'm entitled to my opinion. I'm entitled to what I say. Let me say it and feel good. But when I say it, you get vexed. Because I say I'm supporting Bwaka, I'm supporting Komis, I'm supporting Taiwan, I'm supporting Clarence Moluba, I'm supporting the Liberian people, you get vexed. So please don't get vexed. The Spoon Talk is your Spoon Talk. Thank God we are on the radio stations. And the people begin to call in. Look how many people call in today. Senator going to get very again. Because the Liberian people will listen that Joe Weah is the master and father of witches. Joe Weah will not win the election. You like it? You don't like it? Joe Weah will not win the election. The people tired with Joe Weah. Joe Weah himself tired. Joe Weah sick. Joe Weah himself tired. But the people pushing him. So let me tell you, my Liberian people, we will stay up on election day. It will be election tiring. Nobody's sleeping. Like we said, everybody will watch the vote. We'll stay at our polling station. Nobody's sleeping. Nobody going to sit down and see this is still the election. Then we say, if we knew. No. If CDC see the election, the opposition will see the election too. They're equal. So we want to encourage everybody, 8 o'clock a.m. at the court, the civil court, that Josh Peabody court. Please make your way there. It's not a protest. Yeke Koluba going to be there. Mo Adi and other folks, other opposition leaders, and I believe Sedition will stay away because they don't want to be seen. But we are asking you, please make your way to the courthouse and observe the ruling. If somebody says, Stanton, you don't want to open the station, the Liberian people will still get a message. Joe Weah have put another bad legacy on his plate to shut down 3 radio stations just to protect his re-election. And the Liberian people will decide. We love you all. We say thank you for joining us. And let's all just get in our mindset and remind that to Richardson, Musa Belete gone. Tomorrow they will be announcing
Louis Brown will be announcing he's the chair, and he will be calling folks' name like George Wisner, Alosha Stowe. We got a plan, we got the information reaching us. He will be calling those people's name to be on the election team of Mr. Cummings. Fine. Mr. Cummings came back from Ghana from a trip. He's back in the country. Fine. The chairman in the county resigning. Fine. That the people right. They want to resign. Fine. They say Mr. Cummings not talking to them. That a business. Mr. Cummings win election. He win election. That a business. The man get money. The man will go sit down somewhere and enjoy himself. Why cry more than they bereaved, my people? But we will beat the drum and not jump to say George Manawea can never be re-elected. Don't give him your vote. He's a very bad man. He's a wicked man. He have no law for the country. Don't give him your vote. If you want to see your children dying of starvation, vote for Joe Weah. If you want your children to be uneducated, vote for Joe Weah. If you want your children to go to bed hungry every night, vote for Joe Weah. If you want your children to suffer for the next 6 years, that your mom will die, your pa will die, they will take them to the hospital because they are sick of sugar or pressure, and there will be no medication in the hospital, vote for Joe Weah. There's nothing else Joe Weah get to show you. Nothing. There's nothing this person can show you. Nothing else. So if you think it's okay for you and your family, choose whom this day, who thou shalt serve, and who thou shalt select as your leader. Today, decide. If Joe Weah have done enough for you, look at your life. You think you're supposed to be driving pen or keke? Do you think you're supposed to be opening somebody's gate and seeing the children, the wife, the husband driving in the Mercedes-Benz and in the truck? Do you think they're supposed to be living in mansions upstairs and you there as watchman, a gate man? Do you think you should live that kind of life? My fellow Liberian, think again and understand this is not about opposition. Are you content with your surrounding? You got to beg for bread. You got to beg somebody for $10. You got to walk up Broad Street every day. Your children taking drugs every day. Is it enough? That's the life you want for 6 more years. You want to put back Samuel Twe and Joe Weah? Are you serious? You know how many homes Samuel Twe get in Ivory Coast? Look at Samora Wodokori, all his mansion. But you will be there begging. Yes, sir. That all you do? Yes, sir. That all you do? Yes, chief. That's your owner left. When will somebody call you chief? When will somebody call you sir? When will you come from work and your daughter, your son run to you and say, Papa, I can't, and you get money to give your wife? Paycheck coming every month, and they eating, and your children in good schools, uniform are bought, shoes, everything. When? That you will sleep under electricity and you can get up any minute in the night. You don't have to go in the bush to use the toilet or to pee. When? My fellow Liberians, think and think again. If you are okay with your current condition, don't beg anybody. If you are okay with your current condition, don't call people in the United States to beg them to give you money. Don't call and say you are sick. If you are okay with your current condition, we are saying this to you, then vote for Joe Manawea. If all is well, then vote for Joe Manawea. If you can go to bed on an air condition, vote for Joe Manawea. If you can go to bed with your golf foot, vote for Joe Manawea. If you get car parking in your yard and you are not walking up Broad Street and Crown Hill, vote for Joe Manawea. If you don't have any sister or brother on drugs, taking cooch, vote for Joe Manawea. Look at your surrounding. Look at how many people now die. Your friends, your neighbor. Imagine what kind of life that you must get Joe Manawea 6 more years. What kind of swear have he put upon you? He take your name to the medicine man?
Imagine. So if you are content, my fellow Liberians, and think that it is all fine with you, you okay to suffer, like the UP people say we agree, then do your own we agree with your man we are. Then 6 more years, you will know what happened. Then don't call nobody for school fees. Don't call nobody for food. Don't call nobody and say my pressure go up, they say I'm gonna buy medicine. Don't call nobody and say my sugar go up, I gotta buy medicine. No. If somebody paying you on time, the 15th of every month, that's fine. If you're making $500, it's good, that's fine. If your $40 that you're making, because you're sweeping, go vote for Joe Manawia. If the one bank already gave you, you will eat it for 6 years, go vote for Joe Manawia. And that's the fact. That's the fact. Don't sit here and fight each other. No. We can laugh, we can joke. But the devil that is in the room is President George Manawia. Why you must ask somebody to send you $50, $100 when you agree to vote for Joe Manawia to suffer for 6 more years? Why? Why you must be opening people? And I hate the fact that you're begging people to wash the car, to cut the grass, but then you the one saying I will vote for Joe Manawia. That swear on you? That swear the president swear you? You walking in poo-poo water, but you say I'm going to vote for Joe Manawia. My left is better. Look at you. Look at your left. Look at your left and look at Jefferson Koji. Senator children going to American school in Ivory Coast. American school, we got the school information. Senator children going to American school in Ivory Coast. What kind of school you going to? Jefferson Koji saying children all of the country. What kind of school you going to? Your school you go to no bench, your children then go there, no chair. Whole day they saying ABC over and over, they can't get it correct. No. They 5, 6 years old, they stay in ABC. Are you hearing yourself? How can your daughter be 9 years old and stay doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, no? How can you agree? And you the one saying you're going to vote for President Weah? That curse on you? Let God bless us. Let God keep us. This is not about Tewon Gomglo. This is not about Clarence Motorbike. This is not about Mr. Cummins. This is not about Jose Yima Bwaka. It's about those folks that brought the suffering on our country. Tomorrow we'll be playing Madame Serif clip when she was leaving office, the final speech she gave to the Liberian people. And we want you to understand it. And when she turned it over, she turned everything over to President Weah. And President Weah decided to give you 6 years of massive suffering, lies, corruption, 6 years. And you're still on the street celebrating, say we'll vote for him. Let God redeem you and take the scales off your eyes. Till we meet again. Be blessed. Be safe. I'm going to go because I know Maswell wants to say something. I'm waiting for Maswell to say anything.
No, man, just quickly. Just quickly, to everyone else who's listening to my voice right now, could you please go to www.moneybar2023.com is his Dr. Moneybar's website where all of the policies are. You can find it there. Also, you can also go on Facebook, Dr. Clarence K. Moneybar. You can just put it in your search. You'll find it. You'll find his page, everything he's saying, all of his speeches, everywhere he's going, you'll find it there. And also go to a New Liberia page on Facebook. You'll see all of the other content that Dr. Moneybar continuously produces every now and then. So you can understand and know that the level of transparency that Dr. Clarence Moneybar is bringing to his campaign and what he intends to do for you. Thank you.
Prince, how did you get to know Moneybar?
Tomorrow we can continue that conversation.
Just a simple question, bro.
I've known him more than 10 years ago. We work together very, very tightly. And I respect his principle. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. All right.
Well, folks, we want to say thank you for following us tonight again on another edition of the program Spoon Talk. Thanks to all of you who put forth your calls, making a contribution. Thanks to those of you in the comment section who kept making a contribution in that place. And thanks to you as well who just watched the program from your different locations. Spoon Talk is Liberia's premier talk show online and on radio. This is where Liberians gather to talk about the issues that affect the country. And we want to say thanks for following tonight again. We've been live on Spoon TV. We've been live on Fabric TV and Super TV as well, or on Facebook. We've also been live on YouTube. You can search Spoon Talk Live and follow our YouTube handle there. That's on YouTube, Spoon Talk Live. And we've also been relayed in Bon County, Lofa County, and Nimba County on Premier FM. We want to say thanks there to the team for carrying this across the country to the rest of the people. My name is Nelson Collet. I'll be here tomorrow, hopefully, with another edition of the program, Spoon Talk. Better still, you can join us tonight at 1 a.m. Liberian time. It's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern time. You can join us for the late night politics on Spoon. Until then, have for yourselves a good night. Liberia is all we have, and so let's remember to keep the peace. Have a good night, and I'm out.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, Stanton with the spoon, and your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you and